And we
I can do
are
that.
live.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
We're not dice shopping.
We're not dice shopping at all.
Totally
Not even
not.
a little
We're
bit.
talking about
Lies.
colors, dice and stuff.
Lies.
Look, we may have started talking about needing D6 sets
You do.
for this system,
You do.
Yep.
and we don't want to mix and match, and then down the rabbit hole we fell, and I don't want to get out. So
Yep.
here we
Me
are.
neither. So yep.
I don't see no rabbit hole. I jumped down it.
There is no one. To
Yeah,
save
there's
the
no
other one.
rabbit hole. This
We're
is just a
all-
damn gorge at this point.
Yep. Yeah,
you
we're
want
all
the
holding
Merlin
hands.
D20?
There's nobody pulling anybody out.
So you want the Merlin
No, we're
D20?
digging deeper.
I DM'd you the two things I'd like.
Oh,
Someone
okay.
starts to climb out, we yank them back down. Like, where do you think you're going? Look at these dice.
Basically.
I mean, this is why we have December too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Mariana Stretch.
Another
Yep.
reason,
When it comes to dice, that is most definitely it.
that's why I was wary, and one of the reasons why I had our wedding registry come to me, because of how wonky the system has been for mailing in Canada, and I'm like, I don't want that shit to get lost.
We all know.
Just-
We all know it's just in case somebody sends dice.
So,
Or health potions.
Look, my aunt already sent us something from the registry, and of course it's like a big fucking like 40-pound box, and I'm like, oh god, how am I getting this over?
during the
Other
move
than driving it.
at the end of the during the move at the end of the summer.
Oh, we'll pack it in the truck, but Jesus Christ, I was like this heavy thing that I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put this for right now? This to myself, it's okay.
My
So-
only struggle with buying dice for this character is I'm really picky when it comes to green dice.
We'll keep coming up with our army dice. I got you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll find
yeah,
them.
I very much enjoy those nano machine dice. So yes, please.
Nano
I got
machines.
you, boo. I got you.
They're really nice. Here,
They're pretty.
I'll DM them to
They're
you.
called moon dice.
Rojan.
All right. So
The Aurora dice are pretty.
last time
They're so pretty ones.
we were together, there was a bit of downtime for everybody as everybody was given the green light to go back into their everyday life after being huddled up at the dorm for a little bit after the whole Spectre ordeal. Yeah, we also met a new character in this clown car of superpowers, I guess you would call it, with William, aka Laserface. Are the goggles fogging up?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Aw.
They were
Stop being a mouth
$8 on.
breather and you'll be fine.
They were $8 on Amazon, so I'm really not surprised.
Just put them on top
That's
of your
fair.
head.
Yes, put them on top.
Okay.
Yeah, but then when he goes to put them over his
Or around your
face, they're
neck.
just gonna be fogged up.
You said it's going over your face.
I didn't say I was
Well,
face,
me-
just like
me-
on top of his head.
I mean, he's
Sable.
laser face.
But yeah, a little bit of a conversation happened between William and a mysterious individual who was invisible in his classroom. Left a business card, which he then called and was invited to a, I guess, interview for Spectre. The voice on the other line, on the other side, mentioning that they could use somebody of his talents to bring in metahumans that were less than law-abiding citizens. Max sort of, not Max, I'm going to keep calling you Max.
Right.
William sort of, you're in one of my other games.
You say Max.
They're
and
also
I'm
named
per-
Max.
Yeah.
Did you say Max and I perk up? Like both of us are like yes.
So,
¿Cómo se habla?
God damn it.
Right?
So,
¿Qué están haciendo?
it was then later revealed that the individual on the other line was a certain senator, as Senator Warren was on the phone with William while in the back of his limousine with Paige. Some shenanigans happen there.
Nut.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can say it that way. Which then
That's a word.
which then led to hate. Nothing happened. I just like knocked over like a fuck ton of gamer subs into my filing cabinet because I had it open because I was grabbing the book.
Oh, it's like
No, it's sealed. It's sealed.
Oh
No, the drawer was open.
That could have
Not
been.
the okay. Well, if you didn't have them stacked up like a tower on your desk,
You know,
Yeah, but what's the
you
fun
don't
in
have to
that?
call me out like that,
How else do you store them?
right? How am I supposed to not just put them in my coffee?
you like rob a convenience store of those displays for the salsa, and you just store them that way. I know what I'm talking about with it. The displays where they have the salsa stored sideways for some stupid reason.
Yep. Complete lost track here. Oh yes, Senator Warren. And as he and Paige separated, Paige went into her apartment, put on her breathing mask, and just like laid in bed trying to focus and get that image out of her mind. Meanwhile, Perkins and Max went about going through the everyday business life of a senator, and then paying his own personal lab nerds a visit so they can run diagnostics on the nanomachines and look into doing a couple upgrades that he was speaking to them about.
That is correct.
And then Gemma, Frankie, and Condor went to the... Oh, before I get to you, Louis went back to his college dorm to find everything completely ransacked, as all of his electronics, all of his equipment, everything that wasn't pretty much nailed down was removed from his dorm. A fellow student at the university gave him a picture that he took of one of the individuals. They told him that they were a moving company, moving Louis' stuff back home after a family ordeal happened. And then Louis went back to the dorm and began to run any sort of search that he could for any of his equipment, like touching the internet or powering up or anything, and unfortunately still has not found anything at this moment. Though, as all of this was going on, Frankie, Condor, and Gemma went to the nest, where there was a bit of a fangirl moment, as I believe her name is Alice. I'm forgetting names right now.
Mary?
Mary.
Mary.
That's what it was.
Mary.
Meat.
No, not meat.
Stop messing with him. Poor guy. Sorry, I'm never remembering the names.
Yeah, but I almost said meat. God damn it.
It works every time.
Swear to God,
But-
I hope to God that this is a phase and I will never have to hear this shit again.
No, you have it on Thursday with your dragon. After a little bit of fangirling from Mary, seeing as how Frankie is sort of in a popular band, she let Condor know that the oh god, what were their names? The Fear Bros?
the ghost phasers.
No, it's not the Ghost Facers. It's not the Ghost Facers. They're pretty much the Ghost Facers.
Terror Bros.
The Terror
Call the
Bros.
Terror
I
Bros.
think I kept calling them the Terror Friends.
Yeah, you kept calling them the Terror Friends, much to their leader, Bernie Vanderhoff.
Vernon van der Hoef.
Unfortunately, the Terror Bros were outside the nest trying to film an intro for their next episode, their next YouTube video. They got shooed away by Condor, and Condor, for whatever reason, decided to listen to the cryptid this time and decided to pull a bit of a prank, transforming into the cryptid, going into the abandoned storefront where they were now at, pulling Bernie in, scaring the hell out of the other people, stealing the camera, and while trying to just open it up and steal the SIM card, just completely shredded it.
Do you honestly think that he would know how to use a camera that's not one that uses a tape?
I mean, I think it was less of that and more that cryptid just has like these massive claws, so it's very hard to be surgical with them, and just ripped it to shreds and just threw it all over the street, which led to Max. God damn it, William. I'm gonna keep
Next
doing
time,
this.
we're not having names cross over in active campaigns.
I mean, that's fair.
Going forward, if I find out
I
it's someone else's name in Max, I'm like, nope, pick a different
easily
name.
get
I don't
confused.
care.
I easily
Pick a different
get
name.
confused. William,
Yeah, me too.
came down to this part of the trenches to see what was going on. Had a little conversation with an officer, got the rundown as to what the hell happened, and then went inside the nest and nerded out with Condor a little bit about videos. Ended up paying $1 for renting a movie. I forget which one. And where we're gonna pick up is about a couple hours later. Oh no, I forgot. Right as we left, right as we ended, Louis, your program that you were running on the image of the incident that happened the previous night with Laserface when he like pulled the goggles down and everything, you got that clear image of Laserface's face.
Nice. Did I recognize him as my math teacher?
Nope.
Cool.
I even asked if like you guys had established.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did not make an impression on the math genius.
Yep. So he
Wow.
it's just
you say wow, but that's how it happens.
you just
No, yeah, that's fair.
you just see some guy in really weird hockey goggles
It's
or
like,
skiing goggles, just like lift him up and blast somebody, and he just looks like a very nondescript dude.
Yep. Well, so Louis has that on his, on his like to-do pad on his screen, show picture of, laser eyeball guy. I'm also running facial recognition on the moving guy.
Yeah, that came back as, surprisingly enough, no hits whatsoever.
Yeah, which means there's someone actively wiping his facial recognition off the net. I recognize that behavior since we have someone that's known for doing that for us.
Right.
So
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I cannot
but,
confirm nor deny there is a Perkins involved.
Yeah. Active pings on all my equipment, and Louis is in a mood, like a foul mood. He just basically like sends the guy's face to everyone's smartphone and just goes, "This is the guy with the laser face."
Oh.
Okay. I wanted to find out what you were going to do with that beforehand. So it's not going to be a couple hours.
He doesn't describe anything. He just goes, he's like, he's like,
laser face guy.
he's like, yeah, he's like facial scan complete. Here's the guy that was shooting lasers out of his face. And I am on the hunt. Like basically, I'm systematically hacking into every CCTV feed, ATM feed, bodega with a fucking
the shitty bodega security cameras.
Yeah, bodegas with ring cameras, everything. Like and like basically, I'm like a moving van came in. I want to see if I can get a picture of the van because I'm basically just doing like advanced NCIS shit right now.
Oh, fake science, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the fake NCIS exactly.
Enhance.
I'm like, do you know how pixels work? Like, apparently not. Like, so yeah, so I'm doing the fake Hollywood science right now.
Go ahead and give me let's go ahead and do a smarts roll. For your fake Hollywood science.
Okay. So
I mean, this is a superhero game, and we're using comic book logic, comic book science.
Exactly.
I mean, why not? That half of that's fake science anyway.
You have a guy who is like pretty much omnipotent, who is just in your team's base, just summoning up donuts.
50-50, 3 successes, 3 failures.
Okay. So you're going to be about it because there's a lot of information to go through, but you get through quite a bit of these. If there's any sort of security on these cameras, you have a little bit of trouble with more official things like, city cameras or like the ATM cameras or anything like that. But like bodegas, anything that is just like civilian grade, you're able to get into, and you're just trying to ping everything, trying to see if you can't come up with what the hell happened, or you can't find this guy who stole your shit.
Yep. And unless an emergency happens, like literally that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So you're just clicking away.
Yeah, nothing like that. That is my 100% focus right now.
Okay. So as you're doing that, after the transaction at the nest happens, William, do you hang around at all, or are you peacing out?
He would have basically just taken the video that he rented and bounced.
Okay. So you kind of, it's like by the time that you leave and you get back into your car, cops have already cleared the crime scene and everything like that. And it's probably about like 10 minutes after that, everyone else gets a ping on your smartphones as a message from Louis.
Wait a
Does
minute.
that look familiar? Can't be.
God damn it. We just missed him.
Well, we know where he works at one of the schools. He was talking about students.
That's true. We gotta figure out exactly who he is and see if we can catch him.
At least we can maybe Louis can do something with the information. I'm gonna shoot Louis back the information we have on him that he gave us until we ran into him at the video shop.
Sadly, they didn't use a card to pay for that video.
Right?
I mean, but it was $1, so.
And just all the information we got when he showed up, that went off.
See, that's the shadiest thing right there. The dude used cash.
Right?
It's fine.
Who carries cash? Oh, come on, buddy. Dad. You probably still like have the calculators, like the big fat calculator that prints up the receipt as you're typing it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have the credit machine where you take an impression of the
card?
card?
You have to swipe it across to get the impression on the piece of paper.
Oh my god, the one where you oh my god.
Can all of you just shut up, please?
Condor doesn't know what to do with it after that, so he's probably just got a stack of those somewhere that haven't actually been processed.
That's hilarious.
You take him to the bank.
You're muted, Azern.
I figure Condor has a closet full of shoe boxes with all those old receipts.
Yep. Probably.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, I know I gotta save them, but I don't know what they're for. So just
So, and if I remember right correctly, we got his name, at least his first name, right? He
William.
introduced himself. Yeah. So Louis would get a message back with his name's William. He's a teacher at a school. I don't know if I can't recall if he mentioned high school, so I'm just gonna pretend like Gemma forgot.
I don't think he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a teacher. His first name's William. Ran into him at the nest.
all right. Well, if I get a hit back saying, "Hey, we found info that he's William, and he's a teacher at a school," I'm basically gonna do a social media search because if he's a teacher, like some student has a picture of him somewhere. So basically, I'm like basically, I'm narrowing my scan to any instances of like schools or schools, colleges, universities, like anywhere where there's students,
Okay.
like in social media. And
Give
I'm
me,
just
give me another smarts roll.
Can I add my hacking this time?
No, because this isn't technically hacking.
Okay.
Social media in Google searches is not hacking.
But I'm using super awesome computer, dude.
That's just being an IT guy, not a hacker.
I was gonna say insurance companies fucking do that shit.
Cocked. Okay. Do we get explosions in this system?
You do not.
Oh.
Okay.
Everyone's like, "Aw, damn it."
So that is 4 successes, 2 failures.
Okay. And being that it is social media and kids post everything, without any sort of filter or censor or anything like that, it takes probably all about 20 minutes of searching before you just have multiple posts of either like social media posts by kids at like the high school, or like little news articles about some sort of math championship or something coached by this guy. Just a bunch of random, or just a bunch of random nonsense trivia.
Cool. Someone's TV is kind of loud.
Second one through mine.
I think it's yours.
Look, her living room is literally 3 feet behind her.
Okay. I was just like,
sadly.
it's like I'm like so then I'm like
you
do I get a last name in the school?
You get the name of William Layton, and he teaches at Metro City High School.
All right, cool. I'm presuming Metro City High School has a public internet page.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna confirm through facial recognition it's the same guy.
Yep. You go to the staff and they're in there.
Cool.
You could probably see it with your eyes and without even using the facial recognition.
Yeah,
If you see,
it's just
that's,
I work with a guy who can change his face to an nanomachine. I don't trust anything.
You know what?
Fair.
Valid.
It's like, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, cool. I'm gonna basically send his staff page to everyone's phone. This is the guy. It's like no explanations.
Doxing people.
This is the guy. I'm just sending it to us.
Ooh, is there any way you can get an address, like a home address?
I mean, it's the
I
school.
feel violated.
I mean, you could, if you send me a message asking me like if we want to find out where he lives. I mean, Louis is busy doing other stuff, but like if you want me to like basically invade this guy's
Yeah,
life,
if you
Louis is like,
basically want me to dox this guy.
make sure I'll invade his life. You want me to?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, give me another smarts roll.
All right.
Look, you've already got you already got 1 foot in the water. You might as well just dive in.
If you want his home address, just hack into the school's database.
hack into payroll.
Actually, oh, that's not a bad idea. That's what I would do first. Yeah, like most insecure system first. Hack into the school.
Okay, not wrong. Not wrong.
Not wrong there.
School
Ferris
cyber
Bueller
secu-
was able to do it in the 80s.
Yeah, school cybersecurity is trash no matter where you go.
True.
They usually have one guy like overseeing like the entire district.
Again, 4 successes, 2 failures.
Okay. And it's sad, but it takes you no time whatsoever to get through the quote unquote firewalls that the school has set up, and you're able to like you get his address and everything. You see how much he makes a year, everything like that. Like everything, like all personal information is right there in front of you.
Yep, I download all. That's what I would do. Sorry.
All right. Into my notes. Bill got fucking doxed.
Just like, and then I just send a message like, I just send a message to like the team, like I'll put together, a dossier when you guys get back.
Well, we'll want to probably get everyone together to discuss how maybe to approach this guy. Don't want to startle him too much. But definitely need to do something. At least before Spectre does. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. We need to definitely meet up with him and talk to him about what's been going on.
Okay.
Maybe we can meet up with everyone else after band practice. We do have to get to that tonight. We can't skip another one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure if I skip it, Anthony would kind of
A little bit. I did call for a car to come pick us up. So.
And as
Okay.
you say that, there's just a slight like 2 beep honk outside as your
beep beep.
legally distinct Uber shows up.
Cam froze again. Right?
Good, you called a laughed.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's what it's called. It's called a laughed.
We're a Uber.
So we'll see you back at the meeting place, Condor, later.
Oh,
What do you think?
where are you going?
We have to go to band. We have to go to practice.
Band practice.
Oh, right. Yeah, the whole band thing. Hey,
Mary's like, can I maybe come
You want to
along?
come with?
She's like, yeah.
oh, she would love that.
I don't see why not.
It's
not
cool.
like we're doing
I'll
anything.
watch the shop tonight, Mary. You can go.
Yeah, I think I don't think that anyone would have a problem with it. I mean, we're not practicing new songs right now. We're not writing any new songs right now. We're just practicing. So
No, I just want to see how the magic's made.
magic.
The music.
Uh,
It's magic.
No, Condor, if you close up shop, you can always come with us.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, I should probably stay open. We've been closed for like, how many days have I been away? I don't even know anymore, man. but we should probably bring in some sort of revenue. Like, we get 1 or 2 more people coming in here renting a tape. We'll be good for a couple weeks.
Yes, rent control.
At the $1 a piece. Yes, that makes total sense.
Yeah, or like whatever they want to pay. It's cool.
Okay. Well, maybe next time.
I appreciate the offer, though.
We gotta get going before the car leaves, though.
Yeah,
They are quite impatient.
let's
Another-
head out.
Another like belligerent honk outside.
All right, come
Yeah,
on.
They actually honked twice, didn't leave after fucking 4 minutes.
Right?
That's why, you know, it's fictional.
Frankie, you do want to pull your hood up before
They don't park 4 blocks away,
yeah.
tell you you're here, and then hit you with a no show violation.
I know, fucking assholes.
If you get 5 or more no shows, you'll be suspended. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, let's get going. And so when they get into the Laughed, which I regret that name, I wanted to come up with something cooler,
Nope,
but
it's laughed.
they
Deal
get
with
into
it.
the Laughed.
I like it. I'm here for it.
It's funny. And so she texts Anthony saying like, "Hey, bringing along Stray fan ? She's cool though. Friend of a friend."
You just get a thumbs up emoji back.
Yeah, because I didn't want to just kind of throw it on him.
Okay.
Gemma would have.
Yeah, shoot. She's the band manager, like she's in charge,
All right,
essentially.
so you guys show up to band practice. As you're pulling up, you know, the rest, like the crew has already like finished setting up, you know, everything for said practice instruments and all that. And Anthony sort of meets you at the door. He kind of like punches Frankie in the arm. It's like, you could have
Punches him back.
fucking told me you needed to stay out a couple days. I haven't heard anything.
I thought that I did.
Did you? Shit, was I high
Did you-
again?
Did you not check your messages
damn it.
again? You're so bad with your phone.
Look,
He's like, yeah, but that's why we have you. You're our manager.
Is your phone a glorified paperweight? If I can't get a hold of you, how am I supposed to manage you?
So he kind of like pulls his phone out, and you can see the screen is all cracked and everything, and just it's all banged up. He's like, no, it still works.
Anthony, how many times have I told you to get that fucking seal box case? They're indestructible.
That's it. I'm buying a new phone.
It still works. You don't have to buy me a new phone.
And
No,
you can use it
no.
to watch videos. But for communication, you need a working fucking phone.
They're totally gonna put a program on it so they can geolocate him at any time.
Oh, absolutely.
Stalker vibes.
Jimmer doesn't even like question it anymore. She's already on her phone ordering a new phone with a case.
Yep.
Like one of those full cases that just seal everything in.
Yeah. Legally distinct OtterBox case is seal box.
Yes.
Seal
There
box,
you go.
gotcha. Just making all sorts of legally distinct items tonight.
Well, Anthony, this is Mary. She's a friend of a friend. She wanted to come watch practice.
Oh, hey, sup? And she kind of is like just standing there, just kind of like a little shrinking, like just making that little squealing noise.
It's a very high pitched.
Yeah. It probably hits pitches at certain times that only dogs can
dogs.
hear.
Yeah.
Frankie like
And he's like-
leans in to whisper Mary's ear. He's really lame, honestly. Like he's not as cool as you think he is.
And she's required to say that as a sister, as his sister.
He's like,
Well, I
yeah,
tell the truth.
cool. He like walks over and he grabs like an energy drink can, just opens it up, downs it, crushes it against his head, throws it off, like just off in a random direction in like the warehouse you guys are in.
He
and just,
shotguns it.
he shotguns it, crushes it, just throws it.
Oh God.
As he just starts walking over to the stage to get ready to practice.
We're gonna keep Mary with me as we go to wherever I normally stand during practice while they get up there and do their thing.
Okay.
And
I
still
go
ordering
and-
the new phone.
I go and test out the drum kit a little bit and like kind of like do adjustments as needed because they never do it like to my specifications.
No, they set it up
really-
to set it up, and then they let you reset everything up.
And so she turns to Anthony. She's like, "Hey, so what have you been doing this past few days besides getting high?"
It was once. Jeez. I'm allowed to get high. It's legal.
Yes, you are. We understand that you know, you can do what you want,
Damn right I can.
as long as it's not. If you would stop interrupting me. But no, we understand that you can do what you want as long as it's not like hard drugs or anything like super fucking dangerous, but like you got to stop trying to test your limit because eventually it'll be way too high and you can't get high anymore.
Okay, Grandma, we doing an after school program or are we here to rock? And you could ask Gemma. I wasn't doing any hard drugs. I wasn't,
Wait, Gemma
getting
was with
really
you?
high. I wasn't, on copious amounts of anything, maybe a lot of caffeine.
She is immediately looking at Gemma and just staring at like,
What was I not supposed to say anything?
I like that you said no copious amounts.
Yeah.
The small amounts,
You can
You're
do
just giving,
high
like, the
amounts of
wolf
drugs,
face,
it's
like,
not
what do you mean?
copious amounts.
yes.
There you go. Large amounts are fine. Copious,
It's
no,
like-
that's where I draw
Yes.
the
Is
line.
he kind of like looks at he's like, look, nothing happened. We just watched movies and stuff.
and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, we got food and we watched movies. We played a couple games. Why? Are we not allowed to hang out?
No. I just I hadn't heard from Gemma in a
little bit of
while
heroin
and
is
I
a
was wondering-
treat.
Motherfuckers.
No, it was
Oh,
just Gemma said like texted me saying that she had to be away for a bit and I didn't know where. All right. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and start.
Okay,
kill you.
And
so
then
slow your roll. She didn't send you a text message to ditch you. She stopped by the place and it just turned into us hanging out.
okay. And that is totally fine. You guys can hang out as much as you want.
Good.
Yeah, it is good. I'm very happy.
Now, can we practice?
Yes, let's go ahead and start with Road to Nowhere.
Always Road to Nowhere. Fine. Whatever.
Okay, fuck.
Okay,
What's all
guys, we're
these
doing
strollers
Road
in
to
the
Nowhere.
pit?
Grandma
Like, what do
wants
you
to
wanna
hear
Just
it
like this
again.
conversation.
Grab. So mad. I'm so mad.
Can you count us in or did you forget how to do that too?
My lord.
Come on, Anthony. Cut out a little bit of a break. It's been a few days. She's not used to your sass.
She
No, it's
apparently
funny.
forgot, she apparently forgot how to
No,
count
And then she
too.
immediately just starts.
What's
Like,
funny
as he's
is
talking.
this is how actual bands are.
That's how actual siblings are. What are you talking
I was
about?
gonna say, yeah, this is how
That too.
siblings are.
And so
Alright.
band practice goes on. Music is played, nothing too bad. After a while, Mary looks at her phone. She gets like a text message. She's like, hey, as she leans over to Gemma, hey, thanks for letting me stop by. It was really cool. I'm sorry, but I have to head out. I just got a text message from my mom. I gotta go take care of a couple things. But it's nice meeting you. Tell Frankie I said bye, and it was awesome meeting her and her brother and everything. Maybe we'll see you guys around the nest again.
Oh yeah. Do you need me to call
No,
give you a ride?
nah, I'm fine.
All right. We'll get home safe.
She quickly hurries, just scurries out as the practice is still going on.
And Jim is probably going to send a message to Condor, letting him know that Mary left, and just to ask him to check in and make sure she gets home okay.
There's no response. I've been rolling
No.
for it. Condor hasn't even checked the message from Louis yet.
Okay,
That's fair.
That's on par. That's on par.
Fucking love Condor.
But look, Jim is used to Anthony and his non-responsiveness as well, so it's okay.
God, if Condor and Anthony were friends, they would never talk.
Yeah.
So after band practice and everything, a couple hours goes by. Technically, work day and whatever day is done. Everybody reconvening back at the dorm after Louis's message was sent out to everyone, or
I mean, I need to take a shower after what I went through, but yes.
I figured
Just
after
one?
like you got the breathing under control, you went into like a full like decontamination shower.
I was in that shower for quite a while.
I feel like it's a minimum of an hour.
It's
With
about.
the hottest water you could possibly get.
I'm just sitting at the bottom, just like holding my legs to my chest, just like.
Probably with like a certain diluted amount of bleach in there too.
That I produce myself.
I was about to say she could probably
And-
produce her own bleach.
And because you're like in one of those high-end apartments, you don't run out of hot water.
Nope.
Hell, the
Nope.
the crappy apartment I was in Santa Monica never ran out of hot water, no matter how long of a shower you took.
Gas heater.
Yep.
Maybe I moved to the tub
Yup.
eventually, but still.
I feel like after that's a nice bottle of wine. Maybe something a little stiffer.
Maybe a case.
I feel like she would, because she doesn't need to drive. She just has that teleporter. She just teleports over there.
Yeah.
And she'll just ask Amelia, just be like, drink with me, please. And she tells her everything. So she's like, this is what happened. And just like,
And just like depending on
Unload.
who comes in at whatever time, there like right when you get to that one point, there's just a very audible echoing. Holy fuck!
oh.
Right there in the limo.
Yeah, right there. I may have gone a little overboard. Was not my intent. I don't know. I was paranoid because of all the shit that's been happening lately. I thought he was suddenly like resisting my charm. So I thought, oh shit, since he's anti-hero, does he know something that has some sort of suppressant? I don't know. So I decided to test it. He was just holding it in, I guess. I don't know. Or out of this. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess you learned that he isn't resistant to you.
No. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or that's a good thing because that means I can manipulate him. But oh god.
Yeah. I mean, maybe next time maybe don't kick it all the way up to 30. Maybe, a good 5 maybe.
I didn't mean to. Thought I was being subtle. Maybe I was frustrated. I don't know. A lot has happened lately. I don't know.
She kind of just
All
like,
I know
pours
is that
you
I
another
took a really long
glass.
shower.
She like pours you
Yeah,
another glass.
Thanks. I took a long shower. I've just no.
Look, hopefully everything is quiet tonight and we could just
Oh, yeah.
relax. We can have I can order sushi. We can just
Oh my god, yes.
just have a nice, quiet, non-senator filled night.
Yes. Sushi and wine, that sounds amazing. Let's do it. I want that IRL right now. That sounds amazing.
Yes, it does.
Let's
Like,
do it.
Not the
Thanks,
wine,
We also
but
need the teleporter Ariel.
not
so we can just do that.
not the wine, but I'll take the sushi. I'm not a wine person.
I'll drink
That's
the
fair.
wine. I don't care. I'll chug
There
it.
you go. You still get it. You just
There's
Diet
only
Coke isn't
certain
after-
wines. But
Diet
luckily,
Coke isn't
Laura and I
after-
will drink the same
lifestyle.
wine.
There's like, okay, so
That I'm a heathen. I like rosés.
is it?
I do.
I could
Yeah,
do
rosés
I
are-
could do one of two things. I can call the place, have him deliver the sushi, or we can just use my brother as a sushi-matic.
Sushi-matic?
Yeah,
Like, bend time, teleport, and steal all the sushi?
yeah. We could just get him
I'm
to...
okay with this. I'm okay with this.
She like brings up her phone. She like brings it up to her ear, and you could just hear you can hear Bradley on the other line go, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, fuck nugget, drop whatever you're doing. Get your ass to the kitchen. We need a lot of sushi, and we need a lot of sushi now." And he's like, "You could just fine, whatever." And he hangs up, and he's there in a flash. Like, all right, how much do we need?
Yes. But here's the thing. I want this to be like a me and Mel's thing. I kind of don't want to share with anyone right now.
Right?
Because I know how 2 of those people can eat.
Okay.
Okay. They can have whatever. If they want their own sushi, fine. But I want this.
So
to be for us.
the usual shit that you order.
Don't make fun of my Crunchyroll. And yes.
And he kind of just like holds out his hands, just like a little flick of his wrist. All of like the choice rolls that you want appear in front of you.
Oh, you're amazing, Bradley. Thank you.
To think I was disintegrated by a atom collider just so I can make sushi for people.
You're doing good work.
Like,
She's very appreciative. But
he's
she's
Yes.
like,
To be fair, it's not just sushi; it's also pizza and donuts.
yeah, but that's what he wants. That's when
He's a
he
food
wants
maker.
it. It's like all the powers of the universe at his hands, and he's just pretty much like this world's equivalent of a Star Wars replicator or Star Trek replicator.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fake nerd.
I went Star Wars for some reason.
Fake nerd. Not a fake nerd. We
But-
did sciencey things.
But as like your sushi and everything is brought, or not even brought in, teleported to you, one by one, those who are joining at the dorm sort of start filing in through the teleporter. Show of hands, who is that? Who is actually going to the dorm?
I mean, it depends on the time.
I'm in my room.
Yeah,
so
you're
I'm
already there.
I arrived a while ago to vent to my bestie, so I'm already there.
Considering that we identified the guy in the video, Gemma and Frankie would probably eventually show up.
Yeah, after practice and after Frankie is like, so when were you gonna tell me about what happened and where you were?
After the interrogation is over.
Yeah, so what does that interrogation sound like?
Essentially, after band practice and everything was already packed up and they were getting ready to go, she's like, so when were you gonna tell me that you had a movie date with my brother?
I mean, it wasn't exactly a date, but you know, we watched some movies. And I also spent a bit of time trying to convince him to tell me a little bit about his power. So I really want to find a way to help him with that. So that's not so chemical based.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take me time to work up to letting him. I feel like in the right environment, if I could copy his power and test it, we might be able to find out more about it. But I feel like he's right now going to be very resistant to that idea.
Yeah, I don't think that he would be interested in that. But
I gotta work him into that one. But yeah, it just kind of happened. We were, went back home to deal with a few work things, and he was watching a movie, and next thing we're watching the movie together. It was a good movie.
What movie was it?
Do you need me to pick a movie?
Sure.
Caddyshack.
I'm bad with movies. There we go.
No,
I was trying to think of like a really gory like 1980s
No.
film, and I was like, crap, I can't think of what
No,
that movie was
it-
called.
That's okay.
No,
The first movie that
Dead
popped in my head
Alive.
was I Am
It was
Legend.
called Dead
so
Alive.
that helps.
No. It was Caddyshack.
We're watching Caddyshack.
Not Cannonball Run? Fine.
Okay, so that's like not necessarily a romantic movie, but I mean, how was it hanging out with him? Just you two.
You act like this is the first time we've hung out with him. I've known him since I was in diapers.
I
It's not like it's anything new or special to him.
I don't know. He seemed very protective about the fact that you guys were hanging out. I just keep an eye on it.
I mean, well, that would be nice. It's not like that would be nice. She's trying to justify the doubt in her own head, okay?
Yeah.
Without actually having anything.
And like meanwhile, like Frankie, like like actually is totally fine with them hanging out. She actually like full on ships them. But it was more just, oh god, I have like floating hands. It was more just like no floating head. But she was more just upset that like she was like, so when were you gonna tell me about this? Like we had some opportunity, but not when Frankie thinks about it and when Gemma brings it up or like explains, like she realizes she's like, yeah, we really didn't have one-on-one time much.
It's not something I could really bring up in a car full of people, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Did he do like that like yawn thing and like put his arm around you or anything?
Do people actually do that these days?
I have no idea. I
I've
mean,
only seen it in the movies, but
I mean, Brad put his arm around me, but I don't think he yawned while he did it. I don't think he gets tired.
can he?
He told me that he sleeps to pass the time, but not because he's tired.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's strange.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like I've been on many dates, so I wouldn't know. I mean, casual things here and there, but you know I've had a crush on one person for way too long for any of those to mean anything.
Yeah. And now the one you've had a crush on forever is absolutely gonna start like thinking about it. I can tell.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You know what? We have someone that we need to find and hero work and that shit. So we should head back.
And as they're having that conversation, you kind of port into the dorm. Max, are you and Perkins going by the dorm as well after you get the ping as to the
Yeah, that's what I
facial
wanted to ask.
recognition of the individual?
That's what I wanted to ask you earlier, is how much time had more or less elapsed, for the band practice and all that. Would that match more or less with us being done talking to the eggheads and being ready to return to the dorm?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
perfect.
once
So,
once band practice and everything ends, it's probably end of the day, probably about like 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
So my question to you then, do I come back on time to hear that people are ordering sushi?
I think you come
Important
back.
questions here.
I think you come back right as like
This was over the phone, thank you.
the two of them probably finish up the sushi, but there's definitely still the scent of sushi in the air as you come into the dorm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so as we get there, then you'd probably hear a loud growl coming from Max's stomach as he kind of huffs the air and goes, Oh, something smells good. And it's not pizza for once.
Yeah, now I kind of want sushi for some weird reason. You want sushi, Frankie?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
Soy
and then
sauce
so,
and fish.
What? We should
she
get
like
thing-
pulls out her phone and starts
No, no,
like
no, no, no,
looking
no,
up
no, no, no.
places.
Let's have some fresh shit. Get the fish. Get the fish. I'll make it. And I'm gonna go look up a YouTube video to try and make. I'm gonna go copy someone's sushi ability and make my
Okay.
own
It's
sushi.
actually really easy and fun to make sushi homemade.
Go
I've done it a
ahead.
handful of times. It's really fun.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll your smarts with your power.
Okay. If I remember right,
Max-
the number is the number of dice I roll.
Yes, the number is how many
Okay.
D6s you roll.
Sorry.
Combined.
Max will definitely order a whole ass tuna.
Just a
That's
straight
going
up
to
tuna?
be
The
5 successes.
the whole ass fish, the whole ass tuna. You know how big a tuna is?
Mhm.
Yes.
We're ordering the whole ass tuna.
5 successes, 2 failures.
Okay. You thankfully find a legitimate like how to make like how to prepare sushi YouTube video, and it's not like one of the TikToks where it's like, you know, I use, you know, goldfish instead of actual real fish or some shit.
Yeah.
Or just like
Get the
goldfish
freshest
crackers.
avocado from California.
Yeah.
It's the organic
And really, what they do is they
You- you-
ordered
you
the
get-
sushi and pretended like it
You
was
get
theirs.
legitimate sushi, you don't get influencer sushi.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'm gonna copy that ability and start making sushi with whatever fish and everything else everyone brings me.
Okay.
Again, I ordered a whole ass tuna.
So
I hope you're
As
ready to
everybody-
work for this long
as
amount of time. I'm hungry.
Condor, if you pop in, Gemma's preparing sushi.
And Max is basically
taken over the
sitting
kitchen.
there in front of her, looking at the plank with his stomach growling periodically and him trying to not drool.
She probably
The
also
condor-
asked Max to buy like the special sushi knife for
Fuck
cutting
it.
the fish
I'm
and
getting
everything else.
fuck it.
No
I'm getting
problem.
sushi for lunch tomorrow.
You know, it's funny. Zoro and I were talking earlier, and we basically came to that same conclusion like 2
Mhm.
hours ago that we were having sushi tomorrow. So guess what? Hi.
Here's the thing though. I don't think Condor is interested in sushi because one, it's not greasy and it doesn't come in a box.
It's
Ooh.
Condor, he'll eat anything.
That's also why I thought maybe he would
True.
eat it, but also don't know his full taste
Mhm.
palette yet. So
If
Condor's
it's edible, he'll eat it.
yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
Condor's stomach is probably like mine. I'll just eat whatever
Meat. Eat.
meat.
But also, when
Garbage
he
disposal
does show
status.
up, he probably shows up with half a day old pizza in his hands already.
And Louis, there's a knock on your door.
You're muted.
Can I know. Has there been any activity on my other searches?
None.
What about the hotel search for the senator?
It's still going. It's a pretty in-depth scan you're trying for that one. Like you've got a little bit of information on it. You've got his comings and goings so far, but security detail seems to be variable depending on the day, as you've seen.
Okay.
Though every now and then you see him walking into the hotel and he's like looking off to his right, and you can tell by like the gesturing of his hands and like his face that he's talking to somebody, but there's nobody there.
How good are the cameras in the hotel?
Not that great. Standard security cameras.
Okay. So,
Pretty much this hotel has them set up so they don't get sued.
okay. So, is there any sort of distortion on that side where there should be someone, but visually I don't see anyone?
From what you can see in the camera, no.
Like like in his mind, these cameras suck.
I mean, that's not even your mind. Like you look at him and it's definitely just You swear that some of the bodegas you looked at probably have better security cameras than this hotel.
Jeez. Go Ring Network. He's like, this would be a problem if I had my fucking drones. He's just like, and then he hears a knock on the door, and he's like, "What?"
It's like Brad pops in. He's like, "Yo, sorry, dude. Just want to let you know everyone else is here already. They probably want to talk about that picture you sent everyone. Oh, and Gemma's making sushi for everyone."
He kind of ignores his sushi. Brad's like, there's a visible heat distortion haze around Louis.
You good? You getting that
No.
angry? You're getting that angry space heater look again.
Yeah, someone is going to die.
Well, let's hope it's not any of us. Anything I could help with?
All my tech was jacked.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes. None of it's online, and I can't trace any of it. And the assholes who took it wiped all the footage of them coming and entering the dorms. So I'm.
You got a
doing
picture of these individuals?
He brings up his phone, and he's, well, actually, he has on his computer. He just like I'm presuming like there's touch screens on the computers in the
Yeah.
So he just like
think Iron Man tech in here.
Yeah. He basically just goes like, he pulls like a picture out of his like, to do folder, and then he just enlarges this picture of like the guy. And he's like, this asshole.
And Brad sort of just like looks at like the little display that he's got mounted to his wrist, and he kind of reaches out and just grabs the picture as like he copies it. Like, let me get back to you. I'll check some of my
Hello?
contacts.
Testing.
You're here?
Oh, yeah, we're
We
here.
can hear you now.
What's up?
Can you not hear us?
He looks confused.
He was
Interesting.
kind of glitching
There we
every
go.
time he moved. He was like stuttering
Oh.
himself.
Okay.
I'm having an internet slowdown. Sorry about that.
No worries.
They're like, yeah, we weren't talking to you. What?
He's like, yeah, just give me a sec. I'll check with my contacts. Dude, go hang out with the rest of them. Get some food. Calm down a little bit so you don't melt the tech that's in here.
And I've been working on some things with Louis, and ever since he got his flux, his power is tapped in more with his emotions. So
As most fire starters are.
yeah. So the visual haze with the anger thing. Also, it's very subtle, but like there's red highlights in his hair, which is like, I've been working on phases of anger when he's not actively controlling his powers, and like his body responds to the heat buildup in his system. And one of the things when he's in the early stages is this visual effect. And he just takes a deep breath. He's trying to calm down, and he he runs hot normally, but he just brings his temperature down to basically a hot shower, which
Okay.
is the best he can muster right now.
And you wander on out into the like common area of the dorm, and like you were told, Gemma's making sushi for everyone. And
He purposely stays away from Gemma so he doesn't cook the sushi.
So then it's not sushi.
I mean, you have to
that's-
EO before you can eat that one. So
It's he's
This is
staying
true.
away.
But yeah, like everyone gets their sushi and is just relaxing. And like
Paige walks into the room and she's like, "What, Bradley?
what?
I said it was just an us thing."
This wasn't me. I didn't whisk up anybody some sushi. Gemma watched a YouTube video and now is making everyone sushi.
When when he say whisked up sushi, Max looks up at him and goes, "Wait, you can make more?"
He's like, bro, I literally
No.
make nothing, something out of nothing all the time. You've watched me make donuts appear out on the table like multiple days.
He just points at the table and at his already emptied plate / platter and just says, "If you please." Demonstration for science, you know.
He's like, shit. You say that to a scientist, and he just like snaps his finger and just like makes just a roll appear in front of you.
Wait,
He said for science.
Holy hell, with
That's-
just a finger snap? That's
Really?
impressive. Are you
He
telling me you
said-
can make like an even bigger amount appear? Like, does the number of snaps have something to do with the size, or can you make any size happen with the
Dude,
same
if
snap?
you wanted me to, I can make a Sherman tank appear in here.
Okay, maybe not a tank. I'd rather not get smushed against the wall. But you're telling me you can make a pile of sushi happen with a finger snap?
Yes.
Well, where's the
And
fun
he
in
looks
that?
at him like, "Demonstrate, please."
Right?
I can't. Only one side demonstration,
No,
and I
mean,
promised Paige that, you know, the sushi that was
Yeah.
whisked was just for her and my sister tonight.
I understand,
okay.
you know,
Thank you.
Where's the fun in that?
convenience.
If you're gonna whisk anything, give me some more ingredients.
You know, it was trauma sushi, so you know,
What she said.
my hands are tied.
thank you.
Drama sushi?
What happened?
What
I don't want to talk about it.
Understood. Okay.
I already ate and drank those feelings away, so let's just wait a.
That's what we're missing.
I
The
mean-
drinks.
I mean-
You
Please.
see
Everyone
her
drinks.
turn and look over, and she's just like, "Oh, not you two." And she looks over at Gemma and just kind of goes, "Oh, okay," just like breathing
good.
exercises.
Is it the fish smell?
You
Do
good?
I smell? Do I smell? Get over here.
Because of-
Max looks absolutely confused, shrugs, and just starts scarfing down the sushi roll while asking for booze.
As she smells the pheromones off of her, she's
Oh,
like,
no.
"Ah, damn it!
It's
Now
like
they're both horny. All right."
Amelia walks in, just like opens the refrigerator, gets like a beer, and like almost just like Anthony, just like pops it, shotguns it, and crushes it against her head and just throws it into the trash can.
Gemma's pheromones come down a little bit. She doesn't like that reminder.
She's like, she kind of like looks at Paige. I am not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Amelia?
I'm not either. Trust me. You want to just hang out and you know what? Do you want to do our project? I think that will help us.
Yeah, you know what? We probably should do the project.
Let's do the
So, like,
project.
Frankie like raises
Like,
her hand.
out of character, legit question: can Paige
Amelia.
smell anger?
Can Paige what?
Smell anger?
No, because she doesn't really like she doesn't do auras or anything like that. It's all pheromones and chemicals. So it would be so emotions no, unless they were like
So,
strong like sexual emotions. Otherwise,
So-
no, she can't smell any other emotion.
Hold on a sec.
Chemically-
Frankie had a question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for Amelia. But where'd you learn that?
Where'd I learn what?
With the beard, you just shotgun and then
I went to
Yes.
college.
okay.
Louis,
And she's like,
Louis,
just says like a
Louis,
very,
will pop,
She just
Louis
wants to
will
know-
pop. Louis will pop up. Can confirm that's a jock.
she's
She
she's
just
like,
wants to know who taught who that.
no, she's like, I went to college. I went to parties.
Yeah, but just wanted to know, did you teach my brother that or did he teach you?
I don't think I learned anything from your brother.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
so BT dubs, if you are pissed or extremely pissed or stressed, from a chemical standpoint, there are chemical markers that sensitive animals like dogs and whatnot can smell off of you.
Okay.
So if
Can't.
you're,
That's not how she works.
I'm just saying there is an aerosol chemical that is linked with anger / heightened or super high levels of stress.
She hasn't
that
gotten
humans
that
do.
flux yet.
I mean, that's another story altogether. I'm just saying for reference, there are
Remember,
markers.
she's inspired by the one shot we did. That's more of the
Yes.
sexual pheromones that enhance the chemicals. So that's where I'm basing it off of right now.
100%. I'm
as-
just mentioning this for science. This is an actually moment. That's all.
So
Whether it has to do with your
Wow.
character or not is entirely your thing.
Wow.
a very confused Amelia begins to walk away. She's like, give me a moment. I'm gonna go take a shower now to see if I can just rinse that feeling off of me. And then
Yeah,
we can start doing the project.
Yeah, I'll meet you in the lab.
Yeah, you know what? Bring more wine. We're gonna need it. Fuck it.
Oh,
Fuck
I'm
it.
already ahead of you.
Drunk science tonight.
Let's do it.
I'm technically already the Walking Dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter what happens to me.
And I can choose to have a chemical imbalance or balance, and right now I'm choosing not to. Let's go.
Before you head off, we should probably talk about what we're going to do about the teacher.
Is that a new superhero?
Yeah.
That's his name, the teacher?
I
No.
don't fucking know,
No,
but
I
he's
thought
a
that was
teacher.
the judge.
You know what? For giggles, let's call him the professor.
He's like, she's
He
like,
just
look,
had a high
you know
school,
what?
though.
We had some little like bowl cut nerd calling himself the Ant King. I don't really give a fuck anymore. I'm taking a shower. You all have fun with that.
I'll fill you in. I'll fill you in. I'm right behind you. I just want to hear what they say, and I'll be right.
So as you all like sit down and you've finished your sushi and you're about to have a conversation about the teacher, Condor, your phone rings.
And he finally checks his phone.
And it's from Mary, or Mary is calling you.
He answers it. Hey, what's up? How'd the practice go?
Condor.
Oh,
hey,
hey,
question.
hey.
Can you go scary mode like more than once a day, or is that just like a one-time thing?
Oh no, it's like whenever, man.
Okay. I don't know where you're at right now, but yeah, I saw some weird shit going on. I was walking home. Bunch of weird masked guys with goggles going into one of those like abandoned warehouses.
Oh,
yeah,
that doesn't sound good.
Back over on like 38th. Don't know what they're doing, but there's about like 4 of them or some shit like that. I don't know if you want to, go scary mode and go see what they're up to.
Yeah, that probably sounds like a thing I should maybe check out.
You want me to hang around, keep an eye on things, or should I just go?
Oh, you should probably just go, because if there's like 4 of them or whatever, you don't want to be spotted or something, right?
Yeah. Oh shit. And like you hear her say that, and there's just like there's like a silence, and then just like a pop, and then the phone goes dead.
Oh, that's probably not good.
It's just an airsoft gun. You're fine.
Condor just hangs up his phone and gets up and starts to leave. Not in any sort of like rush or anything, because it's fucking Condor. But he just walks
His
away.
best friend may be in danger, and he still walks at a casual pace.
Condor, everything okay? I heard you tell someone to get out of there.
Oh yeah, I think like Mary's in trouble, so I'm gonna go.
You want help?
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, if, like you want to come along, but like
Do you know where
that
she
sushi
was?
smells real good. I don't want to interrupt anything.
No,
can do this
it's
later.
Okay. Yeah.
I already ate.
Okay, cool. Maybe we could take some of it with us, but we should probably like go now.
Do you know where she was?
Oh yeah. If we go down to the garage, I'll tell the talking car, and it'll take us straight there. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, there's a car that talks.
You know what?
Fucking
I'm too
Delamain.
buzzed to question this. So sure. Let's go.
I guess that works. You know what? Remind me to put thrusters on the talking car so it can just fly to where we need to go.
Can the talking car fly? We haven't asked it.
Good
It
question.
is. It is.
What was?
Geared up.
I'm sorry. What was the name of the talking car?
No idea.
I have this. Hold on.
It had a very butlery name. It was like Jarvis or Jeeves or some shit.
Stevenson. That's what it was. I have Stevenson written down. I was like, who the fuck is Stevenson?
You're like, who
again?
the fuck's Stevenson?
You should label it. It's just car.
See, that's why I color code, so that I can instantly find it without reading.
Nice.
That's the reason.
No, it is.
So-
I just look up the name and then I read around it.
You all,
Mhm.
I
I'm like,
guess,
okay.
you're all piling into the whole, I guess, superhero clown car at this point.
Like, is this a tight fit or?
Oh no, not at all. Like,
We need the card to do the Mr. Incredible thing for our super suits.
oh, it just opens, that just opens up, and your suits are right there.
Yeah, where like
So as all of you
and
come
changes them.
down, like there's like a slight scan as a little like I don't know how to say, like a little eyebot that comes like up out of the wall and sort of just like is just like staring at Condor. Oh, hello, sir.
Hey,
How
nice
may I
to
be of
see
service?
you again? We need to get somewhere real quick.
All of you.
Oh yeah, cool. Everyone's here. Yeah, all of us.
Is this a personal or business?
Oh, it's real personal.
Also business though.
Will you be requiring your suits?
Not me. No, I got the big guy. He's
I
easy
was
to come out.
I was under the assumption that we all had like quick changers.
Stevenson doesn't know this.
We go magical girl.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We have to do the
Full on
leg
Sailor
kick,
Moon.
the arm thing, everything.
Where is the destination you are intended to head?
And I give him the street that Mary gave me,
the-
but I also tell him how long ago I spoke to her, just in case she's on the move somewhere.
Very well. I have just the thing to fit in. As this beat up looking like Winnebago sort of just like comes around the corner.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's definitely like one of those like beat up Winnebagos that you see like in a shop, like in like a store parking lot. You know that they're obviously like dealing meth or something out of it.
Gone plaid.
Oh, this is great, guys. I lived in one of these for like 3 years. They're wonderful.
Well, let's not waste any time and go see if we can't help Mary.
Is it weird that I just want to take the hover barge? Why do we even try to ride in the Winnebago? Like this is no.
Yes, because
Condor hops in without a
because
second thought.
nothing says stealth other than the hover barge.
Absolutely.
Look, I would drive
We're following.
myself, but I probably shouldn't drive, so I guess I'm climbing in. She'll climb in.
The question is can you get drunk
She
She
can.
allows
If
it.
she lets herself, yeah.
if you
She
let
can
yourself?
if I let myself, yeah.
Okay.
She's letting herself.
So all of you pile on into the stealth Winnebago, and it begins to head on out towards the trenches. And Stevenson calling from the front seat, even though like as the image of a man like in a plaid shirt and a trucker hat and like just like very wide brim aviator glasses is now sitting there, just like holding onto the steering wheel, like.
Why is that like Green Hornet?
It's like hillbilly
I
Green
don't know
Hornet.
what his sidekick's name was,
Kato.
but the Green Hornet. Yeah, there we
Kato.
go.
Is he's like, is this a pedal to the metal sort of thing,
Oh yeah,
sir?
as fast as possible.
Would you like me to equip the flight mode?
There we go. Flight
Sure.
mode. Yes, please.
Yeah. And like give me a heads up when we're getting close so I can let the big guy out.
Very well. This like he just flips a couple things and you take off and then you're airborne. He goes, fuck you, this is comic books.
Why not? The courtyard just opens up with a giant jet underneath. Why can't we have that too? So you know what? Why not?
The basketball court fucking opens up and an SR-71 takes off out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
No FAA to stop you.
That's like, this is like in Futurama when they asked about real science. They're like, wait, is that actual thing? And they're like, why do you fucking care? It's fake. So it's like, you really want to cross-reference if this is real science or not? And I love that they did that. So same thing with comic books. It's like, really?
I didn't enjoy the movie, but the jet they gave Hawkman, who can fly, but has a fucking nth hawk for some reason. and nth metal fucking jet for some reason. Yeah, his jet was way cooler than X-Men jet.
I mean, the X-Men's jet, like the Blackbird, gets wrecked so many times. It's like, why do you even take that shit? Magneto could just rip it out of the air whenever he wants.
True.
And has
multiple times.
But do we learn? No.
The poor thing just gets disrespected so many times.
They all know that Beast needs busy work, so they just like, oh, it got destroyed. Go ahead, have fun rebuilding it again, Hank. But yeah, you take off into the air in this Winnebago, flying downtown. As that is going on, William, you've been out on your quote unquote nightly patrol for a little bit now, as you were tailing some individuals that didn't look right. I mean, from the get-go, they kind of looked just like low-end thugs, but they seemingly all got into like a very doesn't belong in this part of town style car. It was just like a very nice town car. They sort of just like all hopped into it and began to drive through some of like the worst and then abandoned parts of the trenches that led you to like this weird warehouse. And as these individuals got out, they all were in these like dark green, almost like camouflage vests and like militaristic like looking camo pants, but they had these weird black, like jet black hoods over their faces, just in a pair of like white goggles. Very like almost store, like dime store henchman look to them. And a small handful of them get out of the car and they walk from the parking lot into one of the warehouses. And you know that this part of area hasn't seen any sort of business or anything like that for probably a good 10 years now. Usually the only place that this place is used for is either criminal enterprise or kids late night skate parking. There isn't really much foot traffic through here, especially at night. And you're perched up like on the rooftop of like another one of the warehouses across the way, looking down into this parking lot and towards this abandoned warehouse. And you're about to make a move when a fucking flying Winnebago comes overhead and just touches down into the parking lot. And as this happens, as you're getting close, the trucker kind of looks back at you, Condor. He's like, "We are getting close, sir."
Okay, so when we start to get close, when we're still in the air, Condor he's gonna get up and he's gonna move to the door, and he's gonna open it up and look outside, look below us, for the warehouse that he could make a reasonable assumption is the one that Mary was referring to.
Okay.
And then he's just going to turn back to everyone else and be like, see you down there. And he's going to jump out.
Okay.
And as he's free falling, turns into cryptid.
And as you free fall, you turn, you land onto one of the buildings across the street just to give yourself a little bit of cushion. That way you're not falling straight to the floor. And William, you just hear a soft thud behind you.
He turns to face it.
And as you turn, you just see, go ahead and describe cryptid.
So cryptid is a very tall goat-like humanoid with long, slender limbs, each ending in a very sharp and, let's just say, dangerous-looking claw, talon almost in their length. He's got 2 sets of horns that sprout from his head and kind of sweep back, and 2 slightly glowing red eyes. His fur is kind of matted and mangy almost. It's jet black, and he seems to be constantly emitting a faint black mist from his body as well. And kind of snapping behind him is a long, slender tail that ends with a little puff of fur. And when he speaks, you can get a glimpse of his teeth. They are not flat herbivore teeth. They are all pointed and jagged.
And you kind of put 2 and 2 together that this may be the thing that attacked those influencers earlier in the day.
So, you're in this neighborhood too, huh?
Do I recognize the person in front of me at all?
I mean,
He never looked at his fucking phone.
Yeah. No,
but
but
he did after the call from Mary.
He did.
No, he doesn't have a smartphone. Condor has
the
Condor has
phone.
Connor has a flip
Bullshit.
phone.
Now, I will say he did see the video that was taken from the drone. And it's similar. You know, a guy that kind of looks like he's just, you know, a taped up homeless guy with ski goggles on his face.
I think Cryptid hovers over you for a moment, like uncomfortably close as he's looking down at you before turning his attention away. I'm busy.
I think we're after the same thing.
Then join me as he starts making his way to the warehouse.
I just imagine Cryptid, like, when he makes his way to the warehouse, he just leaps off the edge of the fucking roof and just lands on the sidewalk in like a 3-point landing and then just fucking hoofs it.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, Bill's gonna take the fire escape like a fucking chump.
Like a normal human.
Yeah, because you know, I don't have that level of control of my power yet, and you know, don't have like a grappling hook or anything.
Wait, you can't do that that sick ass
Cyclops thing?
that sick ass landing that Cyclops did.
Not yet.
Not
God,
yet.
I am so
I
happy.
could try it.
I am so happy that X-Men 97 let him be cool.
Right?
He gets done so dirty all the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, let's be
Oh
real.
yeah. But yeah, Bill's just gonna take the fucking fire escape and just run across the street.
Okay. And as the Winnebago comes to a landing to let all of you the rest of you out, Cryptid is running across the street, and like probably about like a minute later, here comes, you know, this weird looking guy, you know, taped up hands, ski goggles on his face, just running across the street as well.
Is that how we looked when we used our homemade outfits?
Probably.
Yeah.
Speaking of, he seems like he's going in, and last
For
one
having a
in
homemade outfit.
is a whatever. As yeah, we're gonna, before exiting the Winnebago, we're gonna definitely transform.
Okay.
I don't know what happens to the
Puts on the
suspension of the.
glasses.
I don't know what happens to the suspension of the Winnebago as the blonde hair becomes black. We put on the glasses and the face changes a little bit.
And your weight like absolutely triples.
Yep. So, you know, probably an intense like squeak of coils on the Winnebago suspension, unfortunately, as we torture it for a couple of seconds exiting the vehicle. And you know what? I think we just make our own entry point, right?
Okay, so so everyone's suiting up and getting up out of the parking lot.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'm flying out.
As Gemma does, she's going to pull up that permanently copied ability, the electrification ability, and use the.
Oh yeah.
Basically turns the electricity bolt and.
All right.
Yep.
So as we're getting to this, before we start getting into like taking everybody to the first ever map of this game, you know, X episodes in, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break so we can get up, stretch our legs, freshen up our drinks, and all that fun stuff, and we will be right back.
That works for me. Looks like a dab.
God.
Okay.
That's a dab to
Yeah.
all of it.
We're back.
Hello.
What
Uh-huh.
the fuck?
Oh,
Well,
I don't think you
well.
are. There we go.
I was
Oh,
gonna say the
back.
rest of us are.
We're back, but your camera was not.
No.
By the way, I am so sorry, Spiffy and anyone else. I pretty much just talked your fucking ear off about that, and I am so
Yup.
sorry. I got on
And
a tangent. Sorry.
Whatever, dude.
oh no, how
Everyone's
dare you be
interested.
passionate about something?
I don't know. Not everyone could be like, uh-huh. And I'm like, oh god, I became that person. I'm so sorry.
And meanwhile, me as the DM
Hey,
have no
oh,
idea what
me.
the fuck you're talking about.
At least
I was talking
you
about
did
Lost Girl.
Wesley
show.
on
Look,
screen,
look.
so.
You and I are gonna get married. I'm gonna need like 40 years of practice nodding and going So I'm just seeing this as getting a head start.
I do it when you talk about Warhammer and other games I don't care about. I'm like,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a back and forth
Mm.
with
But
those
see, the
things.
fact is, we both
Yeah.
care, and I care enough that I actually want to watch the show with you. So there you go.
It's all an art of I have to care because you care. Not because
No.
I care.
I actually
That is the
genuinely
thing.
care
I
about
have
that
no
show. That's the
idea,
funny
like,
thing.
what the fuck is being said, but at the same time, I'm like, aw, it is
Yeah, I was
nice
like,
seeing
oh,
you
you're
so
so
passionate.
excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're so
I care
excited.
because you care about this, but if
Yeah.
you weren't here, I would not give a shit.
And there's so many
Subject matter,
times where I'm
no.
just like, I
Mhm.
love that you're so happy about this. I don't understand what you're saying.
But I'll
That happened
listen.
But I'll,
recently with
I'll
Monster
listen
Hunter.
and smile and nod.
Yep.
Okay,
But
to
I'm
be
not
fair,
gonna lie.
I haven't been going off on Monster Hunter. The only time that I have ever said anything about Monster Hunter is when Cass walks
When you
into
showed me
the
the cat.
room and I'm fighting something, or I showed her my Palico, or I showed her the baby, you
Oh,
know,
Palco.
the
yeah.
baby chocobos. That was it.
Mhm.
They have
But it
chocobos
was
in it
enough
now?
to make her feel that way.
Legally distinct chocobos.
Oh, okay.
At the end of
Yeah,
the
they're
day,
blue.
Except
I
not
just-
You can be blue in
babies.
Final
They're
Fantasy.
blue and they
Babies
have
look like baby ducks.
they're more feathered raptors.
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I
Oh,
just
you
love
mean-
that we can show
I'm
our
sorry,
passion.
you mean raptors.
Mhm.
No, I know specifically they're just raptors, but feathered raptors. Because
Are
if
they
I
called
say
Bokachos?
no,
Okachos, yes.
but if I just say raptors, people are just gonna think the raptors from Jurassic Park.
Fucking Jurassic.
But yeah, so all of you touch down and exit the flying Winnebago as Laserface and Cryptid run across the street.
No,
And
my
just
question
so Spiffy here can get an image of what everybody's costume looks like. Can we all get a sort of description as to what your characters are wearing?
well,
Don't all go at once. I mean,
Max's suit top and everything above his belt basically just tears off because of the sheer muscle expansion that he undergoes.
Hmm.
The suit pants, however, seem to be a whole other story altogether, being partially made of the very nanomachines that he has in his blood, and they compensate enough that, they don't just
nanomachines,
tear clean
son.
off. Exactly.
Yeah, oh, I thought you just skipped leg day. So that way they didn't like
No.
expand that much.
The legs proportionally follow through. It's just they're like Hulk's shorts. They're magical and don't tear off for some obscure reasons nobody can figure out.
It's
Though
called
in my case,
spandex.
in my
They're
case, I just
shredded to
point at them and go nanomachines because that's how I explain everything.
They're shredded to hell when they're purple for some reason.
Yep.
Exactly. They just transform colors and everything, but we don't know why. And yeah, that's the simplicity of it all. The hair is now black instead of blonde. And yeah, we got a pair of glasses on as if that helps, hide our identity. Facial features seem different, and yeah, we're probably gonna charge right through a wall in a few seconds.
Gemma, when she's not a lightning bolt, is essentially wearing a full black bodysuit style outfit. But it has a very large hood that she has up, so her face is kind of hidden back in the hood, and she is wearing like a black face covering. So the only thing you can really see are the eyes. The hair is covered, as it's probably pulled back into a braid at this point to keep it out of the way. But very like assassin style black outfit.
Frankie, what are you wearing?
So Frankie is I feel like she would have like French braided her mohawk down so to like keep it out of the way, and she, you know, is where it, you know, has a hood and has a mask covering the bottom half of her face. Um and I think God, I haven't described her hero costume in forever, but it's I think I put like speakers in, or
You got you have like
speakers in her
amplifiers right
mask.
there. Yeah.
Amplifiers, yeah. Um just pretty much generic black shirt and like tech wear kind of pants, baggy cargo pants almost. And then boots.
Mhm.
And then what about Louis? Muted.
So Louis, I know you know Pokemon, so Louis basically looks like a human-sized Charcadet.
Gotcha.
He doesn't. So for anyone who doesn't play Pokemon, the easy description is think Black Ranger, but without the silver highlights, and like a wrapped up scarf made of flame. So like basically, like you don't see him do this, but when everyone leaves the Winnebago, you know, he steps out and it's basically just a black outfit, and then just, you know, erupting from, you know, his neck is, you know, just this. I mean, it doesn't look like cloth. It's like just flapping fiery scarf that just wraps around his neck, and he just, you know, this visible heat haze starts pouring off of his body.
And William, that's what you see as you're running across the street, stepping out of a Winnebago that was flying.
What about Paige's outfit?
Oh yeah, Paige.
I
Sorry,
apparently just chilled. That's cool.
sorry. I thought
can stay in the car.
I
Cool.
thought you described. I thought you described it. I'm sorry. This is why we need to
It's
go
fine.
in
I'll
an
just stay in the
order.
car. It's fine.
Yeah.
Paige just stays in the Winnebago, still traumatized from the earlier day.
Because I'm too drunk for this
Why?
shit.
I'm too drunk for this. So her costume is kind of a fusion of Viper from Valorant and Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. As far as like it's kind of a patched bodysuit with like the thigh-high boots and everything and the gloves, but of course shows patches of like her skin, like her hips and her shoulders and stuff like that. She does have a face mask on that is not, it's not like one of those like painter masks or anything like that, but it's much smaller holes that she uses to breathe in. Just like most superheroes, gives no fuck. Her hair is out and everything. Like she doesn't wear like a mask or anything like that. But yeah, so she's kind of wearing that skin tight sort of fusion between those two outfits that are it's kind of an ombre to sort of match her hair color, where it's like dark purples into like a dark purplish blue and some patches of black around as well. And then the material has a little bit of that kind of like that hexagon kind of digital honeycomb sort of outline on it that looks a little digital, but it's not very obvious unless you get pretty close to check that out.
Yes, yes. Speaking of like that digital pattern, don't forget to claim your copy of Deus Ex Human Revolution from Amazon
Stop it.
Prime.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it.
God damn it.
Twitch isn't advertising this.
Also, no, but like also that game fucks, so like you might as well.
But yeah, that's
all right.
That's the scene that you run across the street into is this giant monster hoofing it across the street, followed by this team of misfits piling out of a flying Winnebago.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess for William's costume, he's basically just wearing a black, like track jacket. His hands are like wrapped up to near the elbow with like boxing tape. And he has these giant cheap fucking ski goggles that he got off of Amazon.
Also $8.
Yeah. Well,
He
I
had a
mean,
teacher
hey,
salary, so.
he's a teacher salary. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like he can afford a tailor like the rest of you guys.
He's like, God damn it, it's fucking
No. They all had like homemade outfits until
did.
we formed the team, and then they got their professional. Then we got Edna Mode to make all their outfits.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
Nothing but capes.
She does give Louis the side eye because it's kind of a cape.
There's just one guy whose costume is just a shitload of capes.
Look, just the
Stay out of
idea of
capes.
Max jumping off of a rooftop or whatever, wearing nothing but a cape, it's a traumatizing image. We don't want to do this, people.
Well, yeah, because he's not wearing pants or anything else. If it's just a cape, yeah, that would turn on many heads.
That's exactly the joke.
It's an intimidation factor. Nobody's gonna want to fight a giant naked guy wearing a cape.
Pretty much.
No, it's
The
all,
way when the nail machines
literally
make
all
everything bigger.
Yes.
Why do you
We're
think
gonna leave
Paige
that
is
there.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. Ask Paige.
I
thing
appreciate
that
the
grows.
jokes, but I'm gonna go rescue my friend.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got a wall to.
So
to
as
blow down.
you guys touch down, and this obviously starter hero sort of like runs across the street, as like it wasn't probably like a couple weeks ago while you were all still in like homemade gear, save for Paige, who already had their suit already professionally done and everything like that.
I mean, we still don't have a costume, but yes.
My bestie helps.
Yeah, you guys see Cryptid just already like beelining it for the doors of the warehouse, and they're slightly open.
And
See,
his pace doesn't change at all as he begins to approach it. He just lowers down his head so he can ram right through it.
Okay.
You know what? If he's doing that to the doors, I'm picking the wall next to him and I'm doing that to the wall. It's
Okay,
no
so
fun if he blows a hole and I don't get to blow a hole in the building.
2 dudes already going to Kool-Aid Man it. What about the rest of you?
Gemma knows she can catch up using that electrification ability, so she will actually stop near where Laserface is, and probably while still holding her baton, because that's a weapon she carries with her everywhere, she's gonna look basically quickly go, friend or foe?
Hey, this is my neighborhood. Friend.
Very
I know
well.
I'm familiar with the Wolfman over here. How loud do we want to go?
Well, I don't think that anyone's gonna miss the sound of the building crumbling down, the building having holes blown in it.
As you see just like this muscle-bound dude charging towards it, and same as Cryptid, just looking for it, and it looks like they're about to make a hole.
Well, I'm going to try and beat him to it. I'm going to blast open the doors.
Jeez. Okay. So
Look, if he wasn't, someone was going to. Either way, the doors were getting blasted, just one way or another.
anyway, I
I'm
started
going
blasting.
through a wall. I'm not going through. I'm not going through the doors. I'm going through a wall. Thank you very much.
He's like, I
but
have to destroy
everybody
something.
else. I mean, everybody else is probably not going to want to get covered in debris.
We just go through the whole he makes.
It's a matter of taste.
Okay, so go ahead and get let's say make this a brawn roll and add your power.
Okay.
Let me pull that out real quick.
Yeah, you need that sort of thing.
Yeah, new system. Who dis, right? Not rolling the old dice. I have it right here. Give me 1 second.
Successes are what again?
4, 5s, and 6s.
4, 5, 6.
I have 2 success.
Okay. You got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just lining everybody up on the map here. So you go, you go to blast, and it kind of goes a little wide. You don't know why. Maybe it's just the sudden appearance of these individuals, or you've got Slenderman running in front of you or something. But you kind of go to blast, and you kind of aim just a little high as it completely misses the building. Like you look up and it just fires off into the night sky. Go ahead and take a point of stress on that one.
Cool and good.
Everything's
So-
fine. Everything's great.
Cryptid and Max, if I could get brawn and power rolls from you guys as you go trying to chew through the wall indoors.
So my dice were shit all day today,
Oh, okay.
and the pendulum finally swung back. I got 8 successes out of 8.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
The
Okay.
pendulum just said
Show off.
4 plus on everything.
Is there still a building?
I'll get back to you.
Good question.
Cryptid.
I got 4 successes out of 6.
Okay. Show of hands or whatever. Who's following Mr. Strong and who's following Cryptid?
Let's find out.
Everybody gets behind Cryptid.
I'm following Cryptid actually,
Okay.
and I'm flying right now.
The-
So, odds I'm following the Goat Boy, evens I'm following Muscle Man.
We're here to rescue
And-
Goat Boy's friend, so Goat Boy it is.
The
Guys,
dice
I like the
says
boat.
I follow Muscle Man.
Okay. So I'm gonna move you guys up to, and so Paige is following Condor.
Yeah.
Okay. Gemma, what are you doing?
Condor.
Condor.
We're here to rescue his friend, so I'm going with him.
Frankie.
Same Condor.
Okay. So both Condor and Mr. Strong blow through the doors and blow through the walls. The wall on the side where Steven hits, it just crumples like it was made out of styrofoam. As Max, you go charging and you start not only plowing through the wall, but you keep going and like plowing through like discarded boxes and pallets and everything, and you actually go and you crash through a back, like an interior wall as well, before you actually stop.
Didn't remember American infrastructure being this weak.
And as you go crashing through, there's just an audible, what the fuck? And just then you hear just the audible like racking of guns as
Oh, what the fuck indeed.
as you come into this warehouse. I'm taking you to your map.
So much for
Our
the
first
element of
map!
surprise.
I think they were pretty surprised.
Oh, why does that art look so familiar?
I don't know. Wait, what art?
The bad guys.
All
Yeah,
right,
they look
so-
familiar.
Why does that look so familiar? Oh, that looks like the guys
Mhm.
from the Firebenders, or no, not Firebenders.
It's the separatist from Avatar.
Korra.
It's the separatist from
Korra,
Avatar.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
it.
of. Oh
And
my god, I
then-
know this.
This individual.
Oh my. Is that Hulk Hogan?
No, it is not Hulk Hogan. It is probably about like 800% less racist.
That's too bad, because I would love the opportunity to beat the shit out of Hulk Hogan.
That's fair.
So what I'm understanding is we
As-
basically went through this entire thing and straight into the room.
Yep, it's just straight into the back office.
That was a little much, but hey, you know what? We'll take it. Knock, knock. Pizza guy.
Okay. Well, this is going to be our first combat here. So I think I'm going to do it this way because I've been balancing with how to do it, and the mouse guard system isn't really going to work for map combat. But I can still use portions of it. So what I'm going to need is everybody can go ahead and you're going to do sort of an initiative roll here. You're going to roll a d6. And you are going to add your grit number.
That's a 9 for me.
Oh no.
Okay. You kind of sort of have to give us a character sheet.
No, I
We're supposed to
don't.
be keeping them in our
Or at
Google
least on
Docs.
the initiative.
The turn order
we
is
just-
not good.
No, he could still
Use
do
the
the
token.
tokens. Yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
can
right
be a
because
token.
the
Yeah.
tokens.
I don't have control of my token. I can't even click on it.
Oh, that's because when I set
to your
everything
character sheet.
up, you all didn't y'all weren't in the room yet, so I couldn't give you
Right. Control.
I couldn't give you control.
Gotcha.
I think you
said-
drag and dropped mine because I have control over mine.
You
Yeah,
said grit
control
plus
over me.
what?
Yeah, I got mine.
Mm.
I'm giving it to you. The only people who don't have control over their tokens
Written in
are
D6.
Spiffy and Tilt.
It's fixed. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You said grit and what?
You d6 plus your grit score.
1d6
Yes.
plus grit.
Don't mind me. I'm just here for support.
Well,
Oh, that's her whole thing. She's meant to be more like crowd control or AoE attacks / support. She's not really meant to be like a huge in-your-face fighter. So this is fine.
I mean, you use your abilities right, and you could be.
I can.
guess
I do.
technically
I've
you're
done
more
it before.
You're more control of that because you can
Yeah.
basically not take someone out of the fight.
Well, I also try to balance it to where I don't have everything be airborne. I'm like, no, I need to like touch and do things too. So it's like I try to give myself a balance. So depending on what I do, I need to be in your face, and then other things I'm like, yeah, no, this is a
What?
gas form. I can do it this way.
Okay. Apparently, I'm not allowed to enter these guys' initiatives here.
I think we're also missing Condor and
That's illegal.
Oh,
Max
yeah.
on the turn order.
Yeah, we are.
It's illegal to put Max on the turn order, apparently.
You don't get a
Yeah,
turn.
you
Oh, it's probably
smashed
because
so hard.
it's probably because you guys are still typing and it's
That's why I'm just waiting.
Rojan, just so you know, when we actually have tokens for our superhero personas, you don't have to make separate tokens.
no,
What
I know
you
that.
do it.
I know that.
Okay, you can do multi-phase tokens.
Yep.
Ooh.
Just like how we're making separate cards too for the
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, which one-
Condor and Max, your guys' initiative are in there, so go ahead and add that so I can finally add the bad guys initiative without shit being run down.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, we've got the two crazies going at the same time. The two
What are you
besties.
talking about? What are you talking about? Of course we go at the same time. What else would besties do?
If there's not one, there's the other.
Just like Condor and Max are gonna go at the same time.
Yep.
Oh Jesus, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I go by myself, just like how Louis always is.
Aw, bro. That just hurts.
I mean,
All right. Max.
Yeah,
Oh,
bad
I'm
guys
pretty
on
far
yours, too.
down there. Jesus Christ. Oh god.
Max, you are
Remember
up.
when they say don't split the party. Okay.
Bitch,
I wasn't expecting you to run through the building.
Neither was I, but my dice decided I did.
Your dice decided that it needed to be overkill.
Yeah, apparently.
Walls, what walls?
I will say
Nope.
at the next time we play, I will have a playlist set up for music.
Nice.
woo. Exciting.
Just playing retro 80s music in the background.
Are we doing the whole mouse guard style thing right now?
No, so what's going to happen is now that we have this, everybody is going to go ahead and what you're going to add for your resilience, which are the things that are going to be ticked away if you're hit in combat, is you're going to add both your brawn and grit together.
Oh, what?
And
Okay.
then your power.
Okay.
You're going to roll those dice, and that's going to be your resilience for this fight.
So the total number?
The total number of successes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Wait, so we roll all of those right now? We take the number of successes?
Yep, and the number of successes is your resiliency.
Oh, God. Those are my dump stats. Those are my dump
But
stats.
you are also not a in-your-face fighter, so it kind of makes sense.
Not. That's why they're my dump stat. Oh, no.
Sorry, which stats were they?
Brawn and grit and power.
Okay.
Got brawn and grit. I got
That's me.
nothing. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay. Do you want us to give you that number? Do you want me to put it on the token?
You just write that down somewhere. That's your resilience.
All right.
Is it all the numbers added total, or is it
Just the number of successes.
successes.
Number of
Okay.
successes.
I rolled about half.
Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay.
We get off my computer.
I do what I want, human.
Right.
All right.
I rolled okay.
It's like I keep telling you.
I'm sorry, what was resilience again? I don't.
Brawn
Grit.
plus grit plus power.
I know, but like, why
Okay,
are we rolling?
because that is technically your resilience is your technically
It's our hit points.
your hit points for the fight. So you
Okay.
roll the amount of dice for your brawn, grit, and power together. The number of successes is your resilience.
that? Okay.
I know it's a new system that is completely made up, but this is how we're doing it, and this is a way to learn combat.
I'm down for it, man. Let's do it.
Yep.
Insert LeBeau meme.
But yeah, Max, you are up.
Okay. I don't know how descriptive or mechanical we have to be about this, but typical Max here, I would just, especially if I hear guns cocking and racking or whatever, we'd probably run up to the first two guys and
Okay, I have to ask, are you using the door or are you going through the wall?
fuck it. We go.
What are
through the
doors?
wall. What are doors? We straight line it.
You're just gonna straight line it through the door?
I mean, extra cover until we through the wall. I mean, extra cover until we get to them, right?
Okay, so you're gonna go through the wall and you're going at these two guys. What are you intending to do to them?
You know what would be one of two things, depending on, again, I don't know how much or what I'm allowed to do in this system yet, but you know what would be funny? Just
Description, my
grab them,
friend.
grab both of them by the heads, bonk him together, and just pull them backwards into the room with me.
Oh Jesus!
Just like sort of like kidnap them through the wall. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna break through the wall, grab the two of them, bump them together, and then just drag them back into the shadows.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
Just get over here.
We could do that. They're gonna get a little bonus to their like defensive rolls due to
There's two of them. Yeah.
no, due to the difficulty of this, because you're
Okay.
kind of going in blind. You're Kool-Aid Manning through a wall, and you're grabbing the two of them. So they're going to get a little bonus dice onto their rolls. But seeing as how Max is a wrecking ball, totally the way to go about this. So for this roll, it's going to be brawn plus power.
All right. Big dice roll.
All right, on 4+, yeah.
4, 5, and 6.
Let me put them in. Okay, 5 out of 8. Not my best, but
Jesus Christ.
I got 8 dice. I don't know what to tell you. This
Okay,
is
so
what I do.
you come through this wall like I'm not going to say asbestos, but drywall just erupting everywhere, and the just the total confusion. Everybody looks as this hulking mass of muscle tears through the wall, grabs these two guys by the neck, lifts them up, slams them together, and just drags them back into the shadows. As Max, you are going to pull these two unfortunate gentlemen back into the room with you.
Yep. Then you hear unspeakable noises coming from the room. So there you go.
Jesus Christ. These poor henchmen.
I got my part.
All right, Condor.
How is the lighting in here? Is it bright enough that I can actually see the guy in the back here,
Yes.
or do I need to get closer first?
You see the lighting here? This is the lighting.
Wonderful. Because Condor refuses to let Cryptid teleport anywhere that he can't see. And since Cryptid can see there, he's going to use his teleportation ability to appear right behind this guy.
Okay.
And actually, much like Max just did, I want to grab him by the head. But I'm not dragging him anywhere. I'm grabbing him by the head and turning him around so he's looking at me. Because I need to get into this man's mind.
Okay. Totally doable.
We have a Hulk.
I love that we
It's
have
like
this,
it's like the
similar
Hulk and
style.
the
We're just-
Slenderman are on a team.
You know, I just love that we're all grabbing people by the head. It's like our new move. Everybody just grabs an opponent by the head and does something to them, you know?
All right, give me a second here. I am trying to find stats. There is stats. All right, so because this is technically a physical attack, you're gonna go brawn and power.
Okay. It's 4 out of 6 successes.
4 out of 6. He beats you by 1.
Oh,
With 5. So you teleport, you come up behind him, and just like some sort of like sixth sense or something about it, he turns and he sees you right as the claws come in for you. He ducks underneath, and he actually runs this way away from you, just like, fucking get the hell away from me, you creep.
And I just let out like a bellowing stag call at him.
Ooh.
oh, that's terrifying.
That's
like
terrifying.
The male stag sound is fucking that's some demon level shit right there.
It is nightmare fuel.
It's like, not only does he sound like Beelzebub. All right, we move to Gemma.
So Gemma is probably going to move forward a bit. And we got these two guys who are lined up really nicely. We're going to channel our inner Pikachu, and we're going to go Electro Web.
Thunderbolt.
Electro Web.
I love
We're
it.
gonna roll like electric.
Electronet.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it's a good
I'm gonna
move.
make an electricity net and hurl that at them, trying to encompass both of them in it.
okay. Again, this is since you're chucking something at somebody, it's gonna be brawn and power.
All right.
Electabuzz, use the thunderbolt.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna split down the middle. We're gonna have 3 successes.
Well, that beats them.
Rip.
As you, is this like a net made of pure electricity, or do you just
Yes.
have a metal? Okay, so you just launch this thing and it glides through the air, and they kind of like stare at you a little unsure of what the fuck they're looking at the moment.
Oh, they obviously don't watch Pokemon.
And they kind of like look at it one another, and they kind of see it coming, and they both sort of turn and run into each other instead of like going separate directions, holding each other in place as the net comes down and keeps them.
So what happens, you don't follow raid mechanics.
It's what happens when you stand in the red. All right, give me 1 second. I have to get these conditions out here. I can actually use these conditions.
Yay. Condition markers.
There you go.
Nice. I love those like token decorations
Yep.
you've got going last couple of weeks. Man.
Got
That's been
best
really cool.
best purchase I have made on Roll20.
Hell yeah.
Frankie.
All right. So Frankie, okay, are these things?
Are what things?
Hang on. Like these things. Can I?
You can see through them because they're just they're just the stacked shelving units where people would put crates and whatnot, but they're empty, so you can see through them.
I was wondering if I could get onto it.
If you wanna climb up, yeah. Like if you're just gonna, use your time to climb up onto the top.
Okay. I think I didn't realize how.
They're about
the
three
levels, 'cause they're
shelving.
top
They're
down.
about 3 shelving units high, so they're probably about a good 20 feet high. But if you want to, you can definitely climb up it. That's not a problem.
Okay. I'll go on that because of how do you do the circle thing that like pulses?
You
Okay.
just click and hold.
Okay. So I'm gonna go after them.
Those 2 guys. Okay.
Yeah, she's going to. I like to imagine her and Anthony have been practicing this. She's gonna do like a heavy metal scream directed towards them.
Okay. Are you going to go from here, or are you going to get a little bit closer and fire it down on them?
Can I?
Yeah. Like.
Okay, I will do that.
In this setting, I'm not using movement restrictions as a means to say, oh, you can only move a certain amount of squares each turn. This is supposed to be more thematic, to where it's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to leap across this and run across this wall. And your description of what you're going to do is going to add to the difficulty curve of you actually succeeding.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, she's going to essentially run across like this area and climb up this one. Like she's going to go around and
Okay, so you're
instead
running
of
around
hopping over.
Okay, so you're like running down here and then climbing up and then like just like screaming down onto these 2 guys. Okay. I will ask, are you trying to control it to where it will not affect cryptid as much? Because you're kind of cryptid's kryptonite.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it in like a cone shape.
So you're just focusing it down on these 2 guys.
Yes.
Are you trying to disorient, or are you trying to like push them down with the force of the sound waves?
My original thought was to like kind of knock them prone.
Okay, so you're using more of the force of the sound waves than like the sonic damage. Okay, definitely doable. Let's get a brawn and power.
Okay, so that's
God,
6.
these idiots. That 4, 5, and 6.
I know. I just mean like that's out of 6 because Brawn is 3, power 3.
Yeah, Brawn is 3, power is 3.
Five. 5 out of 6 successes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's actually my dice are actually.
You got how
today.
4 successes you said?
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
Jesus. Okay. As you climb up and you get onto the top there, and you see these 2 henchmen kind of like not even paying attention to you because there's this huge fucking goat in the behind them, not even paying attention, as you just let out this death metal scream, and it hits them, and you can just see their bodies like unable to like withstand the pressure as they just crumple, and you swear you probably hear a leg or two snap as they're just forced down onto the ground as they're completely knocked unconscious from this. As you can see, like around where like the pressure hit, the concrete underneath has begun to crack.
So almost like the beginnings of a crater.
Almost.
Okay.
One block worth of damage in 7 days to die.
After I see that they were knocked unconscious, I stop, to hopefully spare Cryptid of
You
anything like that.
have enough control to where Cryptid doesn't even notice the sound waves.
Alrighty, hell yeah. I think this may be an easy fight. I know I'm saying that really early, but still.
Really early and really loudly. Weird.
Yep, so these 2 gentlemen are out of commission. We're gonna go to
Hulk Hogan.
Dime Store Hulk Hogan.
Legally distinct Hulk Hogan.
Legally distinct Hulk Hogan.
Bulk Bogan.
Bulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan.
Terry Hogan. There we go.
Oh geez, he's gonna use his real name.
Government name.
Man, fuck kayfabe. that doesn't exist anymore. So
Eat your teeth, brush your vegetables, brother.
Get 8 hours of drugs. He's going to run this way as he's trying to book it away from, once again, Satan.
Oh, that's the wrong move.
As he comes and he stops as he sees Flashpoint there just flying, and he's like, what the fuck? And he just pulls out a gun and he just like fires off 2 shots towards Flashpoint. You are either slow or I don't know what like your camera is doing, Ezrin. Like I'm not picking up any sound, and you're like super slow-mo and everything like that.
He was working for me.
I don't know. Let me kill Discord and jump back in real fast.
Okay. We can do that.
This is ridiculous and I love it.
Well, now because Louis being attacked, you get to see the defense mechanics you guys get to work with.
Guts come into play, I'm assuming.
What's that?
Where guts come into play, I'm assuming.
Your power and everything like that, yeah, it does come into play.
But I mean specifically like the guts rolls, right?
Yeah. Like it could be, well, it depends on how you describe like how you're going to try to raise a defense for it. So it could be guts, it could be brawn, it could even be charm. It just all depends on how your character wants to react to the attack.
Please, Mr. Thug, don't shoot me.
The thing is Paige could do that and actually get away
I was
with
about
it.
to say that just sounds like Paige thing.
Paige could like totally ooh voice somebody if she wanted to.
Oh my god.
She just goes up and she slightly mimics Frankie and goes, ooh, ooh. Just...
No, please.
I was gonna say, Frankie does the ooh voice and just blasts somebody through a fucking wall.
All right.
No, someone comes after her and she goes, yeah. It just booms.
Oh, okay.
God, no.
now we're just waiting for the camera to come back on, and we should be good. Oh no, Cassie's game master now. That was Gemma for a
All right,
moment.
everyone.
I'm taskmaster.
Okay, how's that?
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
So he comes he comes like just straight shot down at you, sees you, yells, "What the fuck?" Pulls up the gun and fires off 2 rounds at you. There's two things I want to ask you, or one thing I wanted to describe to you, and another that I'm going to ask you. First off, you are looking at face to face at the motherfucker who stole your equipment.
Oh no.
And how would you like to raise a defense of having a gun fired at you?
This is bad because I looked this up to see if this is a thing that could technically happen.
Okay, to be fair, you don't have to do that because this is comic books. So
No, I know, but it's like so because of the debris, like the concrete and wood dust in the air.
oh yeah, totally a fire hazard.
When I see him and my brain recognizes this is the douchebag that took my shit, like my entire body ignites into flame. So basically, environmentals are gonna kick in. So however much like airborne debris is in the air is going to ignite and explode.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
not me. It's like a dust explosion. Like it's like fucking Mythbuster style kaboom.
Yes. How are you raising a defense of having the gun fired at you is what I'm asking.
I basically, like, whenever I'm attacked by stuff like that, I just raise, like, you know, like a thermal shield.
Like just like the quasi, like the run of the mill fire starter superhero. You raise the heat shield to melt the bullets midair.
Exactly. I mean, without the telekinesis part.
Okay, so we will go ahead and call that a grit and power roll for this one for you.
Okay.
And he's gonna roll the shooty gun.
Grit and power. That was good. That's 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. All right. Meets it, beats it. So you tied. And you're able to like melt enough of the bullets to where they don't really do much damage, though, or any damage at all. You kind of feel like something like sort of hits you on the chest, but there's like no wound or damage to your suit. So you kind of get the feeling you just barely raise that heat shield up enough in time to stop like from having a couple wounds fired into your chest. But this guy is just now in total panic mode as he like takes like a step or two back as he's like trying to like weigh his options of what the hell he's gonna do. And unfortunately for him, it's Louis' turn.
Yeah. So when I see him, I'm like, you, and like just erupt into flame, and just like I said, Mythbuster style explosion.
Okay.
Because the air is filled with wood and concrete dust.
Okay, so if you're doing that, it's going to be a brawn.
I have no control. This is completely environmental.
A brawn and power roll, and you're going to get an additional 2d6 tacked onto that due to the environmental hazards.
Okay, so brawn, power, 2.
Not bad.
Five of 7.
5 of 7. All right, so 5, 6 says that you let it off, and thankfully, you know, there's an opening behind you. So
draft.
Yeah, so like everything is just focused in like a funnel forward of you, and it just scorches everything, and it goes probably up about until here. So like there is where is my little drawing tool? there is pretty much a, like, I can't draw a straight line. There's a tunnel.
Not very many people can.
There's a tunnel effect that just rips down that length, just in fire. And like, remembering his, elementary school days, he tries to duck and cover. He avoids a good portion of the damage, though he still lets out a painful cry as he does get singed by the blast.
All right. So like Louis just I don't want to get too close to him because like I know I'm gonna start causing like multiple degree burns the closer I get to this guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna look at him and I'm like, you're lucky I need you alive. And I'm just going to basically cocoon him in heat and try to knock him out with heat exhaustion.
Okay, you can try that your next turn.
Gotcha.
Goon squad down here who are in the electronet. They really can't do much, seeing as how they're being electrified. Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're just gonna try to, they're gonna try to fight out of it, but
Electricity web.
So this one, these two gentlemen, actually it's just this one. The other one's up with Max. So this one here, like, struggles as much as he can, but ends up just giving in to the electricity as he passes out. Take him off the list. The one that's in Max's arm, or in Max's grip. Max, he kind of like struggling, grabs a gun and just starts firing off rounds blindly into you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to know how Max is going to defend against this blast, or against these shots.
In the only way possible, sir.
Nanomachines, son.
Nanomachines.
All right, so this is going to be a grit and power roll for you
I'm on it.
to see if you can
Only one dice less than the brawn one.
seeing if you can withstand actually being shot at point blank range.
Okay, out of 7, that's a 5 again.
Okay,
I
so
will take it.
he fires off rounds, and thankfully enough, your nanomachines react in just enough time to like harden the area where the bullets are impacting. You can still feel them, and it doesn't feel great. It's, again, it's kind of like you're wearing like a bulletproof vest, but no impact.
The Reds are not enjoying this.
No impact, no damage. And then we go to Paige.
Of course, he'll deliver a one-liner about the true American spirit being bulletproof as he's being shot at, of course.
You can't shoot
Moving
freedom.
Can't shoot freedom.
God.
Real men don't use guns.
Something these colors don't run.
Exactly.
I feel like my teammates has a good hold of the situation at the moment. I'm going to take advantage of this and fly around and see if I can find Mary anywhere.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself around on the map.
Oh, right, the hostage.
Yeah, that whole thing. That whole thing.
That's okay. If she didn't know I was going to do that on my next
That
turn.
thing.
So
I hope she wasn't in any of the rooms I was in just now.
She's basically gonna kind of do like a loop around here, kind of
Okay.
using her aerial view to try to find something. Are these crates or like
Their shelving unit. Oh, you mean right here? Like it's like right.
these things?
No, those
Yeah,
are
they're
just
shelving units?
those are just empty shelving units. There's like
Okay.
a small stack of pallets here that look to have small boxes on them, but not anything that you would be able to store a whole person in.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna try to see if she can find any trace of her.
There is, from what you can see, there is no sign of Mary in here.
That's not good.
Where we just had.
That could potentially be sus, but we're not sure yet.
If we were had, that's fucked up because that means someone who's not married knows how to like get into, you know,
Yeah.
Crypt's phone and
Gonna
fuck
go to
with us.
William.
Dang. I tried, guys. At least I was thinking about the hostage.
Forgot about that.
We don't know if she's a hostage, but you know what I mean.
Look, subdue enemies, then find hostage.
I mean, the enemies seem pretty fucking subdued.
I mean, you do notice like Louis over on the side, just like at the moment, full on ghost ridering some guy.
And also a bunch of gunshots coming from a back room somewhere.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at Louis' direction. He's just gonna like, that is not a me problem. All right.
There is
So-
one
I
individual
was
who's
gonna say,
still conscious.
This wall back here is basically
Gone.
blasted out, right?
It's gone.
Okay. So I guess what I'm gonna do is just fucking parkour. And I'm gonna take a shot at this goon
Okay.
to try and knock him, I guess, into the wall. Because William's thing is basically like just a concussive blast.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he really concentrates on it, but I don't think he needs like a heat thing here. So he's just gonna try and knock this guy into the wall over here.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and call this a brawn and power then. This guy is going to lose a d6 because he's currently being held by the neck by a large muscle-bound individual.
Right.
Fucking so many dice. I need a dice tray. That is going to be 4 successes out of 6.
Okay. So you line up your shot, and thankfully this one doesn't go wide or high or anything. This is just dead on as it impacts the guy, and it's strong enough to like knock him loose out of like Max's grip, surprisingly enough, and it pushes him into the wall. And he's kind of like now jammed into the wall, kind of like bent a little forward and just jammed ass first into it, just hanging there.
Love it. That is an image.
As he is
And anime wall impact.
he is out of commission.
So, at least it's not Tekken. We didn't fall like 3 stories afterwards.
There wasn't a wall break.
I love those maps in Tekken.
I mean, they're cool, but at the same time, it's just like fucking how many stories can you fall down before like the infinite fall shit is just
More.
All right,
Always
so
more.
individual down here,
They have to have a basement.
surprisingly enough, gets free of the electricity.
Good for him.
Muscles his way through.
What the fuck just happened here?
What did you...
He got upsetting spaghetti.
That is a roll 20 thing that can happen with conditions.
I'm going to refresh the page. Because apparently, we can get, source texture errors now. Yeah, see? Oh, you know what? I know what it is. They're copy pasted, so they're the same thing.
Ah.
Oh, okay, we're just gonna have a bunch of spinning hands right there. Oh, apparently not. It's just gonna go over here now. We're just gonna put it back here. I'll deal with that later. He's gonna get free. And he's gonna look up at Paige. And just like without saying anything, he's gonna fire off a couple shots at you.
Of course.
Bro.
Paige, how would you like to defend?
Ooh,
Shoot the other guy! Shoot the other guy!
How would you like to defend against this?
Batting her eyelashes.
You are
that's
in
it.
the you are in the air.
Is he
By
already
making her
shooting
elbows
the
touch.
gun?
Yeah, he's drawn, aimed, and
shooting.
fired. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I was gonna do this earlier on the Hulk Hogan guy, and then when I saw that like Char Cadet was doing his thing, Flashpoint was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna deal with you." She's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm gonna do, I guess, what I originally does as a defense. I'm going to fire a beam from my hand, kind of like as I'm covering my face, to create a shield that is made out of liquid nitrogen, and just
Okay.
kind of like create a shield.
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
This is gonna be a brawn and power roll
Why is it brawn?
because it's physical defense.
God damn it! I need to restab myself if this is how it goes down. I cannot do this. Brawn and power. Okay. 5 dice. Okay.
5 is the bad. My brawn is a 2. and
Yeah, 5 is
my
good.
brawn, my brawn is a 2 as well.
Should have just
what?
made your elbows touch.
It's no, actually, you know what? I rolled actually really well. It's 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Ash is dying.
So you
As I wanted to freeze the bullet to kind of stop it too, since
So-
whatever touches it usually insta freezes.
you bring up that liquid nitrogen, and the bullet hits and sort of just slows and stops like just inches from your face, as it's just now just encased in that liquid nitrogen.
Just for flair, she'll kind of like use her hands to kind of rip it apart and have the ice just shatter.
And the guy underneath is like, "What the fuck?"
Ooh,
Max.
huh.
I was muted. You know,
You're muted.
I just realized something. Considering I still have a guy in my hands,
Yeah.
and what's more, he just shot at me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be rude not to fire something at an opponent myself at this point.
Okay.
Throw a
So
guy at another guy?
I'd like from
Use a
here to
projectile.
walk up to here, and then chuck this dude at this dude.
Think
So you're
faster.
gonna hit a
Max.
motherfucker with another motherfucker?
It's
I
okay.
want to hit a fucker with a motherfucker.
Okay. Power and brawn.
Let's do it. 8
Uh,
dice, please.
This guy has a negative to a roll because it's behind him. He doesn't realize that a henchman is being hurled at him.
Yo,
That's what they're there
imagine
for.
bringing a henchman to a fight.
I don't need weapons. You are the weapons.
Pretty much.
I was gonna say that's why
Okay.
they haven't given up yet. They're henchmen, not goons.
My rolls are steadily getting worse. We gotta end this fight soon, guys. That's a 4 out of 8.
4 successes.
Yep.
You launched the henchman, and you didn't get enough of an arc, but
Mhm.
instead of like the henchman flying through the air and sort of just like hitting him head on, henchman flies for about a good halfway, and then hits the ground and like skips along the floor and just hits him in the middle of the back. The henchman itself
sorry.
completely unconscious, like
Oh no.
is now just like in front of Louis, and the dude fake
Ooh.
I'm just gonna call him fake Hulk Hogan behind him. He just like is like hit from like behind and just like is knocked to his ass. Condor or Cryptid.
I'm going to start by suddenly apparating next to William and then immediately disappearing again as I reappear over here.
Round 2.
Oh,
Break.
that was
And,
unsettling.
Scaring the
yeah,
shit out of William.
I've got a whole lot that I want to do, but first I have to get into this guy's mind. So you said he got knocked on his ass, right?
Yeah, he's on his ass right now. Kind of. He is just completely sheet white now as he's staring at this hovering, flaming Charcadet.
Oh man, you knocked the spray tan off of it.
Since he's on his ass, I'm just gonna, because I'm so large and spindly, I'm gonna drop down right over top him so that my hands land on either side of his head. And I'm just gonna lean in real close to him, and I gotta try and get into his mind
Okay.
before I can do all the cool shit.
If you're going into his mind for this, I'll let you do a charm and power.
That works for me. That is 6 out of 7 successes.
Damn.
This time he isn't going anywhere as you are able to slip into his mind. As Louis, as you're standing there, you see his eyes just go like completely white. As like any sort of control that he's had of his body just releases as he's just like sitting there limp as Cryptid has a hold of him.
Louis will go like, don't kill him. I need to know something from him as well.
And while you're inside his mind, what are you doing?
So as soon as I kind of feel that control over him take hold, his whole world is just going to go pitch black for a moment, and he's going to find himself just kind of standing in a void of nothing, and then all around him trees are going to sprout up and grassland is going to sprout up beneath his feet, and in front of him a wall is going to appear, like the wall of a log cabin, but completely empty with a window in the center of it. And then the same thing to his left and to his right and behind him, all just log walls with a singular window. And as he kind of looks around through these windows, he's going to see way off in the distance 2 dim red orbs, which are eyes. And each time he looks to a different window, those eyes get closer and closer and closer until Cryptid just leaps through the window right at him, pinning him down to the floor. And he just screams at him, "Where's the girl?" Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
The moment Cryptid is on top of him and screaming at him, you feel his mind completely unwrap or whatever you want to call it.
Unravel.
Unravel. Thank you. I was losing words. And it's like, what fucking girl, man? What the fuck am I? I was only paid, dude. I was only paid to make a delivery. I don't know anything about no girl. I don't know anything about any of that. I don't know why that fucker's on fire. What the fuck is going on here?
There was a girl outside the warehouse. Where is she?
Bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. I saw no girl whatsoever. I wasn't delivering a girl. I wasn't talking to a girl. I just came in the back and these
Cryptid just like
ninjas
puts his big clawed hand right on his face and like lifts him up and slams him into the ground and yells again, "Where is she?"
He's like, and you on the outside, Louis, you see like his body sort of rack a little bit as he's like in his mind is slammed to the ground. He's like, I don't fucking know. There was no girl. I came in the back, there were these ninjas, and all of a sudden you fuckers burst in.
Cryptid then leans down, so his snout is like an inch away from this guy's face, and a low bassy growl begins to like build up inside of him, and as it does, the furry flesh covering Cryptid begins to peel back until it is this skeletal face looking at the guy, and he lets out another like bellowing stag call and then pulls out of the guy's mind, but leaves him there in that log cabin, and the windows are now gone, so he's just stuck in a box.
And as you pull yourself out, his body just goes completely limp, eyes rolled in the back of his head, and he's just covered in like a sheet of cold sweat.
Does he look like he's still breathing?
Thankfully.
Okay.
And we go to Gemma.
Muted.
Thank you. So
Everyone is muted.
Gemma's going to run up to this guy, kind of leap at him, like, how do I explain this right? She's gonna grab a hold of him, kind of like twist herself around so that she ends up with her legs around his neck, and then use the momentum of her rotating to kind of like body slam him into the ground as she comes down.
Okay, I totally get what you mean. That is a textbook
Like
wrestling
a
maneuver.
Black Widow move or whatever.
I was gonna say, fucking Hurricane Rana.
Yeah,
Hurricane Rana.
just
Yeah, that's what she's going to do.
okay. So this is going to be a straight up brawn.
Can I add her like MMA ability?
Yes, you can. You have MMA skills. You can add that.
That's gonna be 4 out of 5 successes.
Ooh, okay. Where is this loser? So he's kind of, you whip him back, and he sort of just rolls back into the electrical net and kind of seizes up again as he hits it, and then is just out.
I love it.
Crushing like sparrow egg between thighs.
And with that, all of the individuals are unconscious for the moment.
I think at this point, sorry, go ahead.
As I say, I know I saw a page fly around, so I think she'd shut up. Did you find her?
Yeah, I was gonna say she'd probably get close to Cryptid, and be like, Cryptid, I don't see any signs of her here, like at all. No trace.
She must be somewhere. He kind of kicks the guy he was just messing with, and slowly begins to kind of do a perimeter around this place.
You can check outside, but I checked inside. There's no sign.
As you're walking around, you come around the front, and Mary sort of like walks in just like through one of the holes you guys made. She's like, damn, you guys didn't hold back.
What's going on here?
Cryptid suddenly appears right beside her after hearing her voice.
You appear next to her, and she's like, oh, hey, Condor.
Hey.
Yeah, dude, sorry about the whole phone hang up. I dropped it in the ditch. You know, I need a new phone.
Are you fucking serious?
Totally serious. I kind of tripped while I was walking across the street, and well, Butterfingers went into the ditch.
These aren't.
You can see Max looks at Condor extremely displeased.
What did you say, Spiffy?
So are these your guys' goons?
Who's a goon?
I'm sorry. The guys on the floor, they belong to you, or because they're not my usual guys.
The ones that we took out?
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Cool.
And then
Not a-
Louis, like, you know, like takes the flame off and grabs the bulk bogan guy, and he goes,
brother.
and he's like, and he just grabs him and he just, like, you know, lifts him up, and he's like, this one's coming with us.
Either way, we should do two things real quick. One, make sure there's no cameras. Two, get the fuck out of here before the cops show up. We made enough of a ruckus.
And as you say that, you can hear sirens in the distance.
We leave.
Sorry, who are you? As she looks over at William.
This is my neighborhood.
I got that the first time. Who are you?
We can names
Paige?
later.
Sirens. We leave.
Excuse you?
Why are
Yes,
you using...
I know, but I'm not hanging out. Oh yeah, that's it's late. That's my brain. Sorry. Whatever.
He calls her
Code name.
Euphoria.
I was like, can
Alright,
everyone stop saying my name?
Euphoria. No,
I will poison all of you in your sleep.
that's
Stop
what
it.
That's
what cracks
an
me
out
the-
of character mistake because it is 3 in the morning and my brain
I
is
will
shot
say
to
that's
shit
what
right now.
cracks me the fuck up about like Justice League, like cartoon movies and stuff, is they're
Yes.
fighting villains, and everybody is fucking calling Batman and Superman Bruce and Clark in front of the
Bruce
fucking
and Ch- I
thugs.
know.
Yeah.
It's just like
I know. Nobody
Yeah.
ever knows.
I was like,
it's like
who
every
are these people?
every
Started
time
Euphoria. My
the
bad. I
only
meant
people
Euphoria, I'm
the only
sorry.
people that ever hold on to any sort of decorum seem to be Batman and Superman, and even then they always slip
True.
up and call each other Bruce and Clark as they're fighting.
That's
I'm almost
fucking
gonna
hilarious.
backhand Mary for saying fricking Condor. I'm just like,
No,
bitch, shut up.
that's out of character stupidity. My apology. That's my brain. That's 2 a.m. brain.
That's
No,
why
I
was
meant
going,
Euphoria.
really?
I would have.
We're
No.
doing this?
Yeah.
That's brain. It would have been Euphoria.
Okay.
It would not
Okay.
have been Paige. Sorry. That's literally just me being tired and not catching on to those little things because it's past 2 a.m. for me. No.
You-
Yes, I
as
would
you
have
guys-
definitely said Euphoria. We can argue later, please. Right
As-
now, let's evacuate before cops
the
get
uh
here.
the Winnebago sort of like slowly starts pulling up to like the hole in the door, and the trucker looking guy like covered up, like sort of leans his head out of the window. I do not mean to be a buzzkill, sirs and ma'ams, but we best be going if we wish to evade the police.
All right.
I drag bulk bogan into the Winnebago.
I'm grabbing as many of them as I can carry, and I'm dragging them out with me too.
Okay.
The less witness they have, the better it is for us.
How?
To it,
Go ahead.
as I say, to address Euphoria's question, I think Gemma would just
We
be
all
like,
forgot our hero names.
yeah, we did. It's been a while. She would turn to Euphoria and be like, oh god, sorry, my brain just shut down for a second there.
It takes a
Uh,
lot of
wait.
thought to remember our fucking names.
It does.
That's
We're
why
still
in the
doing
roll
this.
20, I put my character name
Nobody's
for my,
gonna look at that.
my non-secret
No.
identity with my secret identity.
Oh, I
Euphoria,
usually
this
do
is
that.
the gentleman we wanted to talk to before that Spectre was looking for. And we wanted to talk to him before maybe Spectre
Oh,
did.
I know who the Spectre is looking for, but I didn't know what their face looked like. Or goggles.
I mean, they were in the video.
Look,
I didn't see the video.
Yes, you did.
You were there
Yes,
for that. We
you-
were all there for the debriefing.
Yeah, you were all there.
Oh. I didn't pay attention. I
Yeah.
was intoxicated.
Euphoria,
Fair.
do you maybe have a way of
You're
gassing all
intoxicated
these guys so they'll forget the last 2 hours or hour, or whatever, however long we've been here?
I mean, technically, there is a hallucinogen that can cause some form of memory loss. Yes.
But that requires
Perfect.
them to be
Yeah.
that requires them to be conscious.
Does
Yeah,
it?
they have to
Well, then-
inhale. They have to inhale it pretty deeply. It's not like
Alright.
they just
I mean, when
walk
you
in.
sleep, you do inhale pretty deeply. Just saying.
True.
Well, we
We'll just bring them with us.
Technically-
We'll deal with it after.
Technically, it
Exactly.
can work when they're unconscious, but over a period of time because of the steadier breathing. So it's more effective when they're awake.
I mean, you could technically leave these guys.
Yeah, do
all
we
we
need
need
all these guys?
all we need is one.
I was gonna say, do we need all these guys?
Yeah.
We
I
just
don't want
need
to leave
the
witnesses behind in case we fucked up, so they're coming with us.
Well,
do we have room in the car?
you don't
I would
have
just
you
leave
do
them.
not have room in the Winnebago to take everybody. You have probably enough to take Hulk
Leave them.
Hogan.
Leave the
Taking
goons.
Hulk Hogan and leave the goons.
Like you
I-
assume they have enough trouble ahead of them, seeing as the way they're dressed. These
The
aren't
cops are
like
coming.
these aren't just like typical everyday gang members.
So
Let's pile them neatly and then leave.
then
If we have the time.
as Frankie's going to like get in the car, as she's like walking towards the car with she passes William. She's like, "Laser dude, are you coming with us?"
We're just inviting someone we don't know with us.
Well, we can black out the windows.
Yeah, I don't really feel like getting kidnapped tonight. I'm just gonna go through that hole in the wall.
Is that the hole that Mary came out of?
No, it's
That's-
the hole that the senator came through.
Which is right next to the hole that Mary came out of. As,
Oh, okay.
as the driver in the Winnebago sort of like looks at you, William. He's like, "Sir, I would highly suggest getting in the back.
Get in the trunk.
Statistically speaking, given how close the police are, you would not make it without drawing attention."
Look, I get the suspicion. We went through this ourselves recently. We'll let you off wherever you want. We're not going to force you to go anywhere, but just let's make a quick exit.
Yeah, all right, fine. I'll get into haunted Winnebago.
Awesome Winnebago.
Is there a hole in the roof in here?
There are
Or is it
multiple
just sort
holes
of
in the
sky?
roof. There are multiple holes in the roof.
I'll
Alright,
meet you guys
in we go.
back later.
And you're gonna fly off.
You want to
I'm
fly
gonna
off?
fly out because they're gonna expect people coming out of the
Yeah.
ground floor. Because who would expect a flyer? So I'm gonna fly out and very discreetly go a couple blocks away and land and change into my regular street clothes.
Okay.
Something doesn't sit right with her and she needs to stay behind while the scene's still fresh.
Okay. So
Damn it, that was my plan.
Paige over here going rogue.
Like this
Get
is
flight
this
speed,
is his
son.
neighborhood. I know. Like this is like
I mean,
the part of the city he knows the ins and outs of.
you are. That is true. If you do not want to go with them, since this is your neighborhood, I would give you the chance to be able to get away from the cops without needing a roll, because you do know the ins and outs in the back alleys.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you
I
you decline Stevenson's offer and you just bolt out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And Mary's like, well, I'll leave you to that. I'm gonna go home. You guys do your
Wait.
superhero. Okay.
Are you unharmed?
I mean, she's like looks down. She's like, I mean, I'm gonna have to change my socks. I did go down to the ditch to try to get the phone back and kind of trounced in some like really rancid water. But aside from that, I'm okay.
Why don't you hop in with us to get out of here before the cops harass you?
I mean, am I allowed to? I mean,
We'll let you off down the street.
yeah, cool, awesome. She kind of just jumps into the Winnebago, and there's just very audible squishy noises as she's walking.
Oh.
The worst.
Cryptid will follow her in, but like as he steps through the threshold of this thing, he reverts back to Condor.
Okay.
I'm not taking the suit off yet.
Condor needs a mask.
I was gonna say, William very much does like the whole Batman Commissioner Gordon thing, while everybody else is like looking
Talking,
at each
he's
other
gone.
to like talk. He's just out, gone.
Okay. It is a
I mean, remember,
superhero
Condor
game.
has a
That is
suit too before he transforms,
Yeah,
so he could still be.
he
a
does have a
superhero.
suit.
He
but-
looks like
Yeah.
very common writer.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mary knows who he is, so he doesn't need
Well,
to
yeah.
hide himself from her.
That's fair.
I just
Can
meant
I,
in general.
Can I go up towards the front and ask Stevenson to just go a few blocks over, 3-4 blocks over, where we would be less conspicuous?
Yes, ma'am. That is not a problem. And once everybody loads in and gets into the back, Stevenson drives off. Goes about a couple blocks, drops Mary off. She turns back to her. She's like, so am I going to see you at the nest tomorrow, or?
Oh yeah, totally. I'll be there. I mean,
Yeah.
like, unless these guys tell me to not,
Look,
but I should totally be there.
I'm gonna have to stop at Metro Mobile to get a new phone. But as soon as I get it, I'll pop into work.
Yeah, that's cool. I think we have like a drawer of lost and found that's probably got some phones in there if you want to just take one. Nobody ever seems to come back for their stuff.
But those are old boomer flip phones. It's like I know you like them, but I need.
That's where I get all my phones.
I need technology,
Lost and
Condor.
found.
It's like, look, I'll see you back at the nest tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, all right. If you need some money for the phone, just like take it out of the register.
Yeah, use the account. I got you.
Yeah.
And she sort of just like begins to walk down the street, just audible squishes as she's walking. And as soon as she starts walking away, Winnebago takes off and begins to fly back to the dorm.
Before the Winnebago gets off, can Gemma get out as well? And I want to tail Mary for a while. Not like...
Yeah, you can do that.
Look, this is really suspicious, okay?
You can do that. So you hop
We're
off.
all having the same plan.
You hop off and you begin to tail Mary, and Mary is none the wiser because Gemma is probably trained in stealth missions.
I don't have the Mary suspicion because I have the focus of my ire in front of me.
As those who aren't tailing Mary leave for the dorm, William, as you Batman out of there and go back through the city streets and everything, what are you doing?
I'm basically just waiting until the cops leave to try and investigate and see what the hell was trying to be moved through here while they were distracting the heroes.
So I am going to take you to a different map.
Ooh,
Can
fancy.
So this is really funny. I was gonna do the same thing.
Okay, so I will put the two of you on a map. Like, everyone's gonna see this, but it's only you two that are on the map here.
Okay.
Let me get my popcorn.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay.
That's not good.
That's some cool helmets there.
So
Can we see their tokens?
yeah. Give me a second. So Paige, you're gonna be like up over here, like in the corner, and William, you're gonna be over here. But like, so they sound like standard police sirens, but what rolls up is a very heavily armored, like personal military vehicle that has the acronym Spectre on the side. As
damn it, I knew it.
8 troopers and like very heavy, like almost like futuristic military gear come out. They've got these like strange looking rifles. As soon as they get out of the car, they kind of turn them on. You can hear sort of just like this electrical hum to them, and there's like a soft like blue glow coming out of the barrels. Give you a look here. I'll take it, chat to the map too so they can see this. And they look like this.
Damn, nice.
Does that look similar to some of the tech and suit that she saw with the gentleman with the senator before he went invisible?
No, this as futuristic and like as advanced as it looks like these guys are probably wearing what you can guess is standard issue gear for Spectre agents.
Okay.
And they begin to do like a relative sweep around the parking lot. And they go into the They go into the warehouse. They do a little bit of a sweep in there, and they come back out. I don't have a token for him just yet because I need to get a description, like a full-on description from both Tilt and Zoro about how he looks.
Oh fuck.
But
Oh, the
as
senator.
Yeah.
as a couple of the agents are walking out, a very lavish looking limousine pulls up. Paige, you instantly tag who this is, as you've been in the back of this car numerous times, as Senator Warren walks out or steps out of the car and begins to walk forward. And out of the other side of the car is that Texas looking gentleman, you know, cowboy hat, duster, everything, but he looks like he's got like, again, just like a, like underneath the duster, it's got like some sort of like tech suit underneath it.
Kate Sith.
And he's like right behind the senator as he's walking, and he's like keeping an eye out. And as he's looking around, like one of the eyes just glows red as he's like sort of like does like a little scan around the area. He kind of like nods to Warren before he speaks up. Like one of the Spectre operatives comes forward and he's like, no sign of anyone inside save for a couple ninjas maybe, but none of them seem to have any identifying markers of metahuman activity, though if I'm being honest, sir, they're kind of dressed like comic book henchmen. And Warren kind of like wrinkles his face. Like, henchmen? Really? We're getting to the henchman part now. All right. Round them up, throw them in the back. We can question them. Maybe who they work for is a meta. I don't know. This ain't my neighborhood. But god damn the damage on this place. There are definitely metas about, weren't there? And the other officer, like one of the other officers nods as he brings forward like a pad and he's like shows Warren something. Like, we're flagging about 7 of them coming in, and a flying Winnebago. Don't know what the apparently we're dealing with a bunch of superpowered hillbillies. And Warren kind of like looks at him and he's like, I take offense to that comment, sir.
Kentucky, so you know, how dare you, sir?
I love it.
And he just like nods, he's like, wrap him up. Let's take him back to HQ. We can question him there at our leisure. But cleanse the area as much as possible. I don't think there are any witnesses about, so we don't need to get any of these silencers out, but do what you gotta. They kind of nod, and he looks back at the tech cowboy. I didn't write his code name down. I just wrote that he was a stealth cowboy. What the fuck?
Right.
Stealth
I figured it'd be like chameleon, duster, or like, you know, fucking tumbleweed, some shit, you know, something goofy.
Because he's a Mega Man X villain.
Yeah.
As he like, silence with me, we gotta go. And he kind of just like nods as he just walks back with Warren. They get into the back of the limousine and it drives off. Spectre unit is there for probably about a good hour before they all pack up and leave as well. Leaving you two on opposite sides of the parking lot.
What did they do to try to like cleanse it? Is it just like a sweep that they're doing, or are they
It's
like
just a sweep,
lighting
yeah.
it on
No,
fire?
it's a sweep.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna watch them and see if they do anything on the outside as they're sweeping. And if they are, she wants to kind of.
There's a lot of like a lot of photography and a lot of like note taking on the outside, and it looks like they have like a small like handheld meter that sort of clicks like a Geiger counter, but none of your people give off any sort of radiation that you know of.
Okay.
But they just sort of like, and it seems to be like at like the entry point where cryptid bashed through, and even at like there's an even larger spike, a larger noise coming from the sheen of the hole that Max made. And they like sort of like go in and they're just sort of like taking readings and everything like that.
They're measuring our power levels.
Fucking
It's over
handheld-
9,000.
Please tell
Handheld
me mine was
scout-
over 9,000. Please tell me mine was over 9,000.
handheld scouters.
1006.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh no, I was holding it upside down. Damn it.
Thank you.
I knew what you were referencing. I got it.
Okay. Because one of the reasons why she's here is she wants to see if she can find this so-called ditch and see if she can recover or even find Mary's phone.
Okay. Yeah, so as like you're hanging back, you're kind of like scanning the area around you, and probably not about 10 feet down the street from where this warehouse is, there is a ditch.
She'll investigate that.
Okay. And as you fly down, doesn't take you too long, and sure enough, there is just this shattered phone on the floor, or like just like on the concrete floor of the ditch. You can see a couple like soggy footprints from what you can guess is where like Mary was trudging about down here.
Okay, she's gonna recover it
Okay.
as much as she can.
You recover like
Um,
you recover like the larger broken pieces of the phone.
Do I find a SIM card at all?
Yeah, SIM card's still there. Thankfully the SIM card didn't land in any of the muck or anything like that.
Okay. She's gonna recover that and come back up. While this is happening, do I at any time clock William, or are we just both that good?
That all depends on what William is doing. What are you doing, Laserface?
Fair.
Basically just trying to see if there was any like vehicle tracks or like shipping containers or crates or anything like anything that could be, I don't know, related, like something that somebody was trying to move through this area.
So you're waiting for Spectre to clear out and you're going into the warehouse.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So back where the Hulk Hogan looking motherfucker was beforehand, you do find a silver like briefcase sort of like kicked back along the inner wall where like if I take you to the map, I can show you. So right like around here is just this silver briefcase.
I'm assuming it's locked.
Yeah, it's locked.
I'm going to lift the goggles up, and I'm going to try and very carefully, like with one eye like squinting, I'm going to try and pop the locks.
All right, go ahead and give me a power roll on this.
Okay. Just power or anything else?
No, we could just do power.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. This isn't necessarily anything too strong that you can't punch through. So yeah, you kind of just like one eye blast the locks open.
Sick. I was gonna say I got 3 out of 3 anyways.
Yeah, just scalpel precision.
Mm-hmm.
as it pops open. And as it does, there is a singular, like, ocular implant inside this case. Though, seems to be... You haven't seen many ocular implants, and this looks like a little more sci-fi for your taste. This is... There just seems to be something off about it. And you do see, like, on, like, a couple of the electronic pieces that, like, it's registered, like, a couple of the electronics are registered from a Masterson Industries. And you know Masterson Industries, they're one of, like, the leading, like, tech giants in the city. They've got their hands in everything from basic science, medical science, space exploration, computer science, pretty much anything that is scientifically involved, they have their hands in Metro City. They're a tech giant.
Gotcha.
Basically, Metro City, SpaceX, got it.
He
Legally distinct SpaceX.
yeah. He shuts the case and he takes it with him back out to the parking lot. And he's just kind of gonna whisper loudly, "Hey, girl, are you still here? I don't mean to be rude, I just don't know your name."
We're both in regular clothes, aren't we?
No, he absolutely is not.
No, he's still
Still in
dressed
his.
as laser hobo.
Laser hobo.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have switched back the second I saw Warren there. I'm like, oh shit, if he sees me here, this is not gonna
Why
be
is
good for
Paige
me.
flying?
Yeah, this is not gonna be good. So I feel like I would have switched back at that point. But yeah, she'd probably hover over and she'd be like, well, I don't hide very well, but yes. Euphoria.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
He hands her the case. You guys seemed more equipped to handle something like this. This is outside of my sphere of expertise, and not something I usually deal with.
This is true. We have technology to figure out what's going on with this. What did you find?
I found that case, and the thing that's inside the case.
What? She'll open the case.
And you open the case, and it's a very heavy duty ocular implant, and you see all, like, the electronics and stuff that does bear the Masterson Technologies or Masterson Industries logo on it.
Does this look familiar to me at all?
How so?
Like if I've seen this in the lab or have noticed this technology at all, since they tend to come out with a lot of new contraptions and technological advances.
You haven't seen...
She's worked in their labs too.
You haven't seen something like this, though you do know that one of their like medical technology wings deals with a lot of like replacements or prosthetics, like robotic limbs, or in this case an ocular implant for probably somebody who's like lost or damaged an eye. Just like very cutting edge medical tech. Though you do know that like something like this sort of technology is easily within the tens of $1,000s range. This isn't something that some sort of wannabe Hulk Hogan
regular implant
would have been able to get their hands on.
Yeah. Interesting. This isn't a typical implant either. Wonder if it's got a funny little secret inside of the eye itself. Perhaps to detect something, sense something. Something like this is not a simple implant. Especially if they were willing to smuggle something like this. It must be very special. We can take a look and bring it back.
Frozen.
I still haven't gotten your name.
Yeah. I didn't give it. Have a good night.
Thanks, Goggles. And she will up, and away until she's out of sight,
Up,
and then
up and
teleport.
away. Ooh woo.
Until she's out of sight, and then she'll teleport.
Okay. As that is going on, Gemma, you are tailing Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Like how close, or like how far are you keeping away from her as you're following her?
Doesn't want to be too close, but she wants to be close enough that there's close enough that she can close the distance if there's a conversation that starts being happening, or she sees her on the phone or doing something like that.
Okay.
But far enough away that she doesn't feel like she's easily noticed.
Okay. There's that one point as you're following her, she quickly ducks into an alleyway. Like just out of like nowhere, just like she looks like she's walking, and all of a sudden she just tenses up and just dives into an alleyway.
All right. I'm more speed up a little bit, see if I can see what that's about.
Okay. Can I get a grit roll from you?
Grit.
Pepper spray.
Pocket sand.
3 successes out of 3.
3 successes. So she comes around the corner as you begin to round it, and there's a pipe just being swung right at your face, but you're able to like catch it and disarm her. And she kind of like looks at you like confused, just like, what the fuck?
Just trying to make sure you got home safe.
You could have just walked me home. What are you telling me, like some sort of creeper?
Didn't really think about it.
Oh no, just better to tail a girl halfway through the fucking trenches, not announcing yourself, making me feel like super creeped out.
That was a pretty good swing, though.
I grew up here.
I apologize. I didn't think about it much.
Apparently. Again, you're gonna walk a girl home, just walk next to her.
Well, then
Why
lead the
are
way.
you tailing me home?
Again, it's the trenches.
Yeah, and I know how to survive. Path I'm taking isn't dangerous.
Normally, a lot of shit just went down.
Yeah, especially when I have somebody dressed up like this tailing me. Look, I'm fine. My house is right there. She just points across the street.
Then I'll just wait right here while you go in. Again, I just want to make sure you get home safely. Cryptid did charge
Okay.
out here to save you, and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Look,
Anyway.
we see a lot of shit. I'm a little paranoid.
Yeah, so do I. My best friend is a giant goat monster for crying out loud. Like, yeah, anyway, good night. Don't sneak up on any other girls walking down the street, okay? That's weird. She kind of just walks across the street, and she like fumbles for her keys for a moment. She kind of just like looks at you, opens up the door, walks in, turns the lights on, locks it, and you can see like other lights turning on in the house, or I should say the apartment.
Just gonna slink back into the shadows and start making my way back.
Make it way.
I'll probably go a couple blocks away before I use the teleporter.
Okay.
Just shoot a message to Frankie when I'm leaving, going heading back to HQ. Mary got home.
Frankie texts back like it's like everything good? Or anything
She,
sus?
you get the response of she is used to walk around here at night, noticed me. Which is good, but also means that if anything was going on, I wouldn't know.
She sent back like she noticed, and then you in all caps, like she noticed you?
It happens.
Look,
Not often.
look, you grow up in a shit part of town, you get that sixth sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Creeper sense is tingling.
And as you teleport back, everybody else is sort of like either teleporting back themselves or they're getting off the Winnebago.
So just a quick question for my notes. When I was able to use the electrification thing that I permanently copied, did it basically, for lack of a better term, delete out the copy of the sushi, being able to make sushi?
No, that
Okay.
the electricity is something you can just permanently call on without deleting whatever you just copied from YouTube.
Okay. Like, YouTube is Gemma's favorite app.
Wait until she discovers Masterclass.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. So as you all get back to your bases or to your homes, I take
I'm having Bradley chuck both Bogan into a cell.
as okay. As are you going back home right away, William, or what are you doing?
He would eventually. He'd probably take a ridiculously circuitous route, like, slipping down a storm drain and then, like, coming out a couple of blocks away.
Yeah. Pretty much just trying to lose anybody who's tailing you. Understandable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you slip home. As all of you pull up and you bring Bulk Bogan up into the thing, like Bradley looks at you like, dude, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Remember the picture? Remember the picture I showed you?
Yeah, congrats. You found him, but why'd you bring him here? We don't have holding cells. We're not the police.
We'll stick him in the med bay and lock it.
Why?
Because I need to know where my stuff is. And I'm going to have Cryptid ask this guy some questions.
Okay.
And if he doesn't answer them, I'm going to ask him some questions.
We are not a paramilitary organization. We don't just kidnap people, lock them in mid-bays, and then torture them for information.
I didn't say I was going to torture him yet.
Yeah, about that. So he like reaches out and he like touches like the guy in the forehead and he just blinks out. Look, I know you want your stuff back, but he can't answer you unconscious. I got his information. I know where he lives. If you want to pay him a visit later on and scare the ever loving crap out of him, that's fine. But don't bring people here. Last thing we need is them remembering, what the inside of the dorm looks like or recognizing one of us or anything like that. All of a sudden it's like it gets out that Masterson Industries is hosting a team of superheroes. I got his information. I know where he lives. I have the past 8 years of his life on file. So you can read up on all of that if you want. I sent him to Metro General. So once he's out of the hospital, you can tag him there if you want. But don't bring him home.
He in the huff just goes, just send me the data, and he just stomps off.
He hands you just like a very thick folder.
it's just stupidly convenient.
I mean,
And
that's,
like
that's Bradley's power is stupid convenience.
I know. So I'm just gonna look and see if the whereabouts of my stuff is in the most current pages.
Okay, so you're just gonna go rifling through like everything you can.
Not everything I can. I'm figuring if it's in chronological order, then the most recent information is near the end of the file.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do like start looking from the last known memories, and then work my way forward. And then if I don't find it, I'm just gonna basically
You do see,
go to where.
You do see that he was tagged for a B&E a couple days ago. And the police records and everything do show things that are similar to what was stolen from you, sort of like on the inventory of the evidence that was recovered from his apartment.
And then Louis just screams like real loud in his room, just like, back. And then he's like in his brain, he's like calculating how he breaks into Metro PD.
Do we get? Oh no, HB Fox is getting ready for a heist again.
I hear heist. I'm ready.
Here we go again.
And as Paige and Gemma sort of teleport back into the dorm, everybody's settling down for the night and getting back home, going through storm drains, scaring the ever loving hell out of Mary. That is where we are going to end for today.
It's not my fault Mary's being sus.
She was.
Girl, I was
Being
getting that
Mary.
vibe too. No,
Look, we've been
getting
very
trust
this is-
vibes here.
This is on Condor for not explaining it to everyone that Mary is his like right-hand person before he joined the team.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
she's doing some
but-
sus things though that's making me like,
In all,
Look who she
in
hangs
all
out with. They're both
honesty,
very sus people.
Yeah, they're very just like both very like nonchalant about
Look.
everything.
Which
Like,
is
we're
fair.
just being
It all-
Just,
cautious.
Mhm.
in all honesty, if something similar to this had happened to Perkins, Max would have probably reacted exactly the same way. So can't.
I have a feeling that if something like this happened to Perkins, Max would have just laughed because of the poor people who took her hostage.
Wait.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. It depends on the state she was in when she
True.
got kidnapped, abducted, or otherwise impaired.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the way
It's
we
like-
just went through this whole thing where we went to save victims and got attacked ourselves. So
True.
paranoia's a
yeah.
Not really
Yeah.
trusting on the whole aspect of it. But yeah,
bit,
that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning on in. Excuse me. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. Coming up on Monday, we are going to have another episode of Destiny Forge, which is our longest running show, which is currently in its 4th campaign. Coming up here in about 3-ish or so weeks on Tuesday, we're going to have another episode of Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tiltbot. Coming up on Thursday, we're going to have another episode of probably the craziest campaign of Tricorn Isles, where we have a bunch of Chaos Gremlins in that one, which is another 5th edition game that is run by me. On the alternating Thursday, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which is a 5th edition Mass Effect mod that is run by Zorro. Coming up next Saturday, instead of us here, you're going to have The Downfall of Propriety, which is a Bridgerton inspired mini game run in D&D that is DM'd by Malls. And then alternating Saturdays, you have starting at noon, you have Withered Wastes, which is a 5th edition game that I run, and then at around 8 o'clock we have Vigilant 6, which is the show here. But yeah, if this is if you missed any of the episode, or you want to catch up on any of the past episodes, past campaigns, one shots, holiday adventures, and everything like that, that's over on our YouTube channel. But yeah, like I said, for now we are going to head on off. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you on Monday for more Destiny Forged.